everybody! Welcome back, welcome back. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you very much for your patience. I'm sorry for canceling last week. I was sick and I was mad because the first time I did, during the first run of Yield My Flesh to claim their bones, I was also sick, and I think it definitely like impacted the streaming experience a little bit. It made it tough. I'm much better. I still a tiny cough right at the end. I thought you were just waiting so you could dispense. that helped. But hello everybody, hello. I'll do a few updates. That was a good motivation to also doing it. Yeah. And I was so mad because I was thinking, because beforehand I'll be like, it'll be so nice to play it properly and not have my voice hurting a lot by the end of it, because I think it definitely did impact the experience. Also, I was doing it on like my mobile setup, which wasn't great either. I'm super excited to do this the proper way, the proper experience. Yeah, so I've wanted to chat on screen because I know it's a big like accessibility thing. I just could never figure out where to put it because I didn't want to do my regular overlay, because like the icons on Limbus end up a bit small anyway. I didn't want to shrink the screen, I wanted full screen, and I couldn't figure out where the best place to cover it up. Where to put it without covering too much. I was like, oh wait, there's horizontal chat. We'll try this. I think this should be like under... This shouldn't cover too much. But let me know how this works, if you like this or not. Those are the main things. I'm a little tired today. So sorry if I'm not quite at high energy. May start looking for any long messages. Yeah, I edited it. It will cut off. It will cut off a bit. I edited it so the cutoff length was actually pretty short. So I extended it a bit, but it's one of those things I don't know how to balance that. I think people tend to post short messages, but I'll always try and read them out. But thank you everybody! Hi Farina, yes! And it's my furry dog's birthday tomorrow, so thank you very much! Hi Shiki, thank you! Yeah, sorry I didn't get a chance to say hello to everyone, I was just remembering everything I have to update. She's behind me, don't tell her, but I have a exciting present for her tomorrow. I got her a new puzzle. A more advanced puzzle, because her puzzle is her favorite thing. She'll get the answer. Absolutely. I'll share it with everybody. She loves her puzzle. Maybe she gets it from me. The other thing is, I'll try and get through all of Yield My Flesh. Where was I? I took a break for a couple days, but I am chapter 46 of Dream of the Red Chamber. So I'm like in between a third and a halfway through. My plan with that is still to do a maybe in like the week before Canto 8 is to do like a introduction to Dream of the Red Chamber kind of stream. I was thinking for that, which is hard because there's so much to cover. It's hard to even choose what characters that are to include, because I want to include so many, but I was thinking even in Wuthering Heights they had to cut down the cast quite a bit. Even Wuthering Heights, which has a fraction. But I'm also thinking, because it's so much the less, just reading discussions people really don't know that much a lot about it. So see, I'll try. When I do that stream, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna avoid like big plot spoilers. I won't talk about who died, except for maybe like a couple characters who died like very, very early. So there'll be, that's still the plan. Oh, thank you, Kiki. I hope you rest well. Hi, my very old man. Welcome. So yeah, that won't have like big plot spoilers. So just be like mostly an introduction to the characters and like some of the themes, a bit of the history of the book, which I think is really interesting. Talking about how the last 40 chapters are written by somebody else, may or may not be completely fabricated. Are you interested in any of the other Big Four classic? I am now. I mean, I always was, but definitely, I don't know what I'd go for next. I mean, I think this is gonna be taking me out of it for a while. At least for the next canto, Hell's Screen is a lot shorter. So I want to go back and do Crime and Punishment then, and maybe the Divine Comedy. Oh yeah, and if anyone's interested, same as my setting said, it's very, at least the translation I'm reading, it's very readable. The prose is not difficult whatsoever. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of themes that might not be as familiar, but there is it doesn't feel old compared to like some of the other older books I've read. It's quite, there's darker moments, of course, and I'm still in the first half, so before everything's quite fallen apart. But I'd almost call some of it quite breezy. I saw people discussing what kind of season it will be next. I mean, who can say? And I don't think we should, as we keep going, I don't think we should necessarily divide. I'll go back to which print of the Penguin Classics are you reading? Is it a recent one or original from the 70s? My first volume 1 is a recent one, and then all the others I got because I bought that one new, and then all the others I've gotten like thrifted, so they're all older copies. So it's a mix of like the different covers. Oh, the marble style clipper hangers at the end. Yeah, those are really cute. It made me wonder, because like also there's the like 2 sentences or the 2 lines at the beginning that sort of summarize what's going to happen. I wonder if they'll do the chapter titles in a similar way like they did Canto 7. But very excited to talk about it. I'm fascinated by it. I would put it, of the books I've read, I do have a recency bias here, but I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm very excited to see what's going to be done with it. Let's get this up. Hard mode. I love the little warning sign. Just thinking. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say, I don't know if I'm gonna turn this down for a little bit. I don't think we should necessarily... Oh, this music's very intense. Maybe not for a second. We'll do there. I don't think we should necessarily consider every season having an exact theme now. I think that might like sort of limit unit design, even though like clearly Canto 7 was gonna be bleed themed, but because I saw people were excited because we're getting a burn unit soon, and then people are hoping that burn wouldn't get abandoned for a while. I think there's a good chance of burn showing up in Canto 8. If not, I will actually be a bit disappointed because I really want that character. I mean, she's gotta be. I'd really like her to be a boss fight. She feels like one of the best. Candidates for a bot. I love an idea. Yeah. I can't see her not showing up. She's just way too important and just like feels in the place to end up a boss. I have a lot of thoughts about her, but we'll save those. But I wanted to say it out for people who are like, this is gonna be, Burn's gonna be abandoned. Oh, did you know Shi-chan's thing is she likes painting? Her talent, she's a talented painter. Oh, thank you very much, King. Thank you. Now just doing a bit of updates. And hopefully I should... Next week should be a bit freer, so I'm hoping... I'm actually thinking of maybe doing a Master Duel stream. And hopefully we can finally start Outer Wilds and go back to Fallout. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say about Yield My Flesh now was I wasn't expecting it so fast. I wanna play the new Sky Striker stuff, or see the... I heard something about... Okay, but let's get in. We can talk during fights and such. Oh, back to revenge. Back to all the desaturated tones. I don't... It was fun for a while, but I don't miss it. Heathcliff looked out the rattling bus window with a dour expression. It wasn't raining. The world outside was grey and opaque like an overcast sky. Black, pungent clouds of smoke had long devoured the atmosphere. So this is the kind of place Heathcliff used to roam.
아직도 잿빛으로 색이 바래는구려. 분명 S사에서 도망했던 정착지는 세피아 빛으로 칠해져 있던 것 같수만.
T사의 색을 수거하는 장치가 중심에 위치해 있으니까요. 영향권에서 멀면 이런 현상이 있을 수 있다고 보고된 적이 있습니다.
Oh. Let me hear that again.
T사의 색을 수거하는 장치가 중심에 위치해 있으니까요. 영향권에서 멀면 이런 현상이 있을 수 있다고 보고된 적이 있습니다.
It sounds a bit like the deeper voice Faust.
아, 그런 것이었는가? 허면.
Two other sinners immediately jumped in on the conversation to direct it away from whichever obscure subject Isang and Faust were about to steer it into.
아, 그러고 보니까
아, 그거.
그 이상 씨가 살았던 곳 거기랑 여기가 좀 건물들이 달라 보인다 싶어서.
그래. 그 이야기 하려고 했지.
It's been a while since we started on this journey together. I was starting to grow more and more comfortable with the sinners. Maybe that's why I found Gregor and Rhodia's valiant effort to keep this conversation remotely comprehensible to most occupants of the bus pretty amusing.
그건 말이야.
Nisang unknowingly shooting down the effort by jumping onto another complicated discussion was another sight I'd become familiar with. Well, I was curious about the technology T-Corp uses to drain our color, and about the behind-the-scenes of T-Corp's operations. It wasn't something that could be answered now. I decided to table that discussion for later. Instead, I approached Heathcliff, who was sitting on his lonesome, clearly deep in thought.
시계대거리.
Still racking your head about what to wear to Wuthering Heights? But it's fun to come back to this.
뭐? 그런 거 아니야.
Heathcliff protested, jumping up from his seat. Looks like it hit the nail right on the head.
아니, 생각을 안 한 건 아니긴 한데 그냥 옛날 생각나고 그런 게 더 커서.
I do remember hearing that Heathcliff used to live in the Backstreets. A part of some syndicate, if I recall correctly. Regilius did say that we were going through the Backstreets instead of going straight to the T-Corp nest for a reason, and that it was because of the company's orders. Maybe there's something for us to do here. Heathcliff did spend some time in the T-Corp Backstreets after all. Maybe we'll run into a golden bough here?
그럴 리가 있나요? 그게 뒷골목에 굴러다니는 썩은 나뭇가지 수준이었다면 저희가 이런 개고생을 하겠어요?
True, I guess.
애초에 그 여러 의미로 대단한 저택에 이런 뒷골목에 붙어있을 리 없잖아. 골목을 기어다니는 거렁뱅이 같은 사람들과 그들에게는 아득한 격의 차이가 있어서 말이야. 나를 초대했다는 건 이번 황금가지는 그 저택이 있는 둥지에 있을 게 뻔하겠지. 맞지?
맞습니다. 저희는 최종적으론 T사 둥지로 향할 것입니다.
Heathcliff continued to speak in a low voice. Excuse me. The hubbub from outside the bus seemed to blend with his words, turning into a mass of murmurs. There was a sort of commotion outside.
그리고 최종이든 시작이든 간에 뭘 해보려면 저기서 걸리적거리고 있는 놈들부터 집어치워야겠군.
반 정도 맞는 말이군.
I was just drinking, that made me laugh. Heathcliff, who was muttering to himself in an uncharacteristic daze, jolted awake.
아이씨, 예고 없이 뭘 하는 건 띠띠빵빵이나 너나 다르질 않냐 어떡해.
예고의 필요성을 느끼지는 않아서 말이지. 아무튼 바깥에 보이는 놈들은 다 계시다.
Targets?
제거 대상이라는 뜻인가?
그런 의미만 있지는 않지. 정확한 정보는 없었지만 아무튼 저 무리 속에서 접촉해야 할 대상이 있다더군. 그 녀석을 찾아서 정보를 얻어오면 된다. 관리자, 알아들었습니까?
How are we supposed to find this target if you're not even going to tell us who it is?
타겟을 특정할 방법이 없는지 묻는군요.
A meme pose.
가면 알게 되겠지. 제게도 없는 정보를 물어봐야 소용이 없습니다. 단테. 그럼 전원 하차.
I was somewhat wary of the way Regilius answered me, but even in murky situations like this, we've always managed to pull through anyway. I'm sure things will get a little clearer once we get there. I slowly disembarked the bus with the rest of the sinners. Hey, Owenheim. Okay, Strife. Flash, 50. Okie dokie. Are you looking for the Regilius announcer? Me too! Felt like he might. I'm surprised. I felt like we might get like Library Angela or Roland or something, but I'm really happy with Regilius. It's gonna be fun. We're not playing Rupture. We are... Let's see, how do I actually want to order this? I don't actually have Kurakuma Rodia. Literally never pulled her. And I didn't really... I've never felt the need to extract her. We're just gonna go with something a little weird, I think.
주인놈 뜻에 나를 불렀나?
어?
And we're gonna... I do have somebody I know who has a little 51. So we're not gonna do full blade lineage. I mean, not blade lineage, Kurokuma, what am I saying? But yeah, on the first But it's nice to be able to use both. We'll have to use somebody else, I think, in the dungeon. But this is the plan. I haven't used. We're gonna do this sort of weird mix, of course. I want to stick with slash stuff. We can use Ryoshu's new ego. We can. Not that I need the. Not that I need the bonus thingies for that event anymore. I've cleaned that out. I think she has a good skill spread. She does have a less skill, a bunch of less ego. And then I wasn't sure, but I think we're gonna decide to go with Barber. One, she has gluttony. Not that that's super desirable here. But slash lust did well, I thought. Mostly focusing on the lust stuff. And then a handful of Kurokumo. Actually, just in case somebody dies.
망치를 쥐 카니발 탈.
That's the that was the idea. Not full Kurokumo here.
그쪽으로 튑니다.
I would like to try out full Kurokumo, but I didn't really want to spend the shards on Rodeo. I'm happy to wait till she appears naturally. But it just hasn't happened. That's the one launch thing that's never showed up for me.
내가 알아서 잡는다. 너는 네 몸뚱아리 단돌이나 잘하고 있어.
What a mess. We walked out of the bus and right into what appeared to be a battlefield of a violent gang war. Black cloaks flutter under the gray sky, and bloodthirsty blades clash violently. The bus had stopped not even 30 paces away from the thick of battle.
저건 흑운회인가요?
Kurokumo clan. I've heard of them before. I'm sure we had some identities from that syndicate. Some identity cards said Wakashu as well. They're a pretty large subsidiary of an even larger syndicate called the Thumb. I think the identities wore outfits similar to the ones they're wearing here. I think you're right, but where are they fighting?
뭐 항쟁이겠지.
Heathcliff replied in a monotone voice like he was reading from an encyclopedia.
조직끼리 치고받고 싸우는 건 뒷골목에서 흔한 일이잖아. 또 자리 세니 자기들 영역이니 하며 실랑이인 거겠지.
어느 곳에나 있는 것이로군. 힘으로 위세를 높이며 약한 자들의 고열을 빠는 자들이.
I see that. Oh, it'll be fun to see. I know there's like some foreshadowing about her here. I remember a bit. There's something about her trying to look for a pulse in the wrong place.
새삼스러운 것도 없지. 정도의 차이지. 조직이라면 대부분 비슷하니까. 이를테면 그래. 저런 놈이 반드시 찾아오기 마련이지.
Heathcliff raised his bat and pointed it at the approaching man. They wore the same outfit as the other Kurokumo clan members.
뭐야 당신들? 10명도 넘는 것들이 모였어. 봤다 안 내려? 한판 벌여보자는 거냐?
어이, 일단 과격한 행동은 피하지. 자극해봐야 좋을 게 없지 않나.
I don't think he physically can lower his weapon. Oda stepped in to warn Heathcliff, but he did not budge. He remained motionless, the bat still raised and pointing threateningly at the approaching man.
결말이 뻔히 나 있는데 그럴 필요가 있겠냐?
저자와 결국 싸워야만 하는 건가요?
뻔하지 뭐. 항쟁을 하고 있었던 놈들이니 당연히 여긴 자기네 땅이라고 우길 거고. 그러는 와중에 제3자들이 지나갈 모양새니 통행세를 달라고 하겠지.
잘 알고 있네.
The Kurokumo clan henchman strutted before us like he owned the place.
멍청한가 싶다가도 이런 일만 되면 꼭 탐정같이 청산 유수인 게 신기하다니까요.
Ishmael muttered at Heathcliff, who was shrugging at us with an expression that clearly read, I told you so.
잘 알고 있는 것 같으니까 용건만 간단히 해주지.
통행세 1인당 50만 원.
50만 원!
어디 하나, 둘, 13세. 저 뒤에 버스도 너희들이 타고 온 거겠지?
And a color.
운전수도 있을 거고. 포함해서 내놔라. 괜히 안쪽까지 뒤지다가 일 복잡하게 만들지 말고 솔직하게 안에 더 있는 만큼 내놔.
단테, 들었어? 완전 터무니없는 액수를 부르는데?
Kind of is, isn't it? Well, it didn't really matter how much they were asking for. I wasn't going to negotiate with them anyway. Ishmael turned and looked quietly in my direction. I nodded back.
잠깐! 저 뒤에
Don Quixote pointed at something.
쓰러진 자가 있어. 저자를 도와야 하지 않겠는가?
Just as Don Quixote said, I could catch a glimpse of someone bleeding out on the ground through the chaos of clashing blades and black cloaks.
야, 정의놀이 적당히 하랬지. 조직하고 조직끼리 싸웠는데 누구 편을 들어?
동의한다. 또한 난전 속에서 피해를 감수하며 저자를 구해야 할 명분도 지시도 없다.
하지만 저리 무력하게.
I guess it's an improvement. In the early days of our adventure, we would have been dragged into this conflict 5 minutes ago thanks to Don Quixote's recklessly valiant rescue attempt. I suppose she's learned her lessons by trials of fire. They're starting to show restraint for once. But it's a bit different this time. Okay, so I do think we have to help that woman, but...
뭐?
관리자님? 이해한 것처럼 끄덕여놓고서 이러시면 곤란한데요.
No, I'm not saying that we should get involved because it's the right thing to do or anything like that. Virgilius was telling us the truth earlier. There's a chance that we were purposefully made to drive right through this strife, which means that there must be something here they're expecting us to find. They always put us in danger's way for a reason, after all. I just have a feeling that the wounded woman might have something to tell us. Maybe an intel of some kind? And if it turns out that we were supposed to get that intel from the Kurokuma clan and not that woman, then I suppose we'll have to beat it out of them.
훌륭하십니다, 관리자님. 이 오티스 진심으로 감탄했습니다.
Actually? What was she... What? Is she implying that her usable flattery is phony?
듣고 있자 하니 흑운회를 지나가는 똥꽤 취급하는 모양새. 저걸 구하니 많이 하는 건 그래, 니놈들 검계와 관련이 있군.
Yeah, that's exactly what this means. I could practically hear our negotiations, not that I was going to negotiate, falling apart as the man drew his blade.
합리적인 숙고와 선택, 반드시 승리로 갚아드리겠습니다. 총원, 전투 준비!
Ikuzo? No, that's funny. I mean, I'd imagine people are playing with Blade Lineage the first time through, but that's funny coming back with more Kurokuma units. I like Heats. I mean, both their animations are fantastic. I always really like with Heath. Oh, and I love this track. When Heath sort of uses his weapon like a baseball bat. I loved it from his she identity. So I'm glad it kind of came back. Oh, she. I wonder what they... Okay, let me... I think her... I haven't used her too much. I think the... So this is... Okay, this one does the damage up. Love this track. Okay, right, skill 2 is bleed count. This is the activate. This one gives... Okay. And it's battle ready. Oh, there's 3 resonance. I don't think Cloud Cutter's gonna help with that. So I'll have to neutral, that's okay. Let's just get your poise up. Oh, good job. Oh, Greg! Already, I wish his animations. He might have like our Kurokumo's. I love the. Is it Haori? Is that the like coat he wears over their shoulder? I love that look. I love his skill 3 animations. I wish it was just a tiny. Just an eensy bit stronger. What's you? This is a defense. Okay. It's been so long since I brought out Kurokumo. Honglu.
재미는 없겠지만 그렇게 할게요.
꿈을 꾸러 가도록.
Double checking this knee. Okay, so it's the 5. Alright, that's okay. Okay, now we can get a bit of. Won't do all the way.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
Save the other one.
40. 먹지.
Oh, this animation is so fun. You got this, Gregor. Comes Thundercleave. There's a lot of nice debuffs. I feel like he's. Oh, can't really use his counter here.
갑니다.
It feels like close. It isn't like slightly better coins, even. It could clash a bit better.
40. 이 정도로 나와 겁을 맞지?
He has really nice debuffs. And he looks cool.
되는 건 즐겁네요.
Well, yeah, I was just checking where the chat is. Okay, it's not covering up the bottom UI too much. Let me get one of these out. New Thundercleave again. Yeah.
갑니다. 나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지. 원망도 뭉침도 소용이 없었으니. 그치.
I think we're gonna see Sleeping Bag of the Olden Days. Interfaction Railway. Well, I was gonna say that was 40 damage. Which one is the passive? Here we go. Yeah, not much for Blood Feast, but that's not what we're really here for anyway. Can we unopposed, unopposed? Not gonna get much in the way of our counters.
잘
Again,
나가서 싸워.
welcome.
뒤는 내가 봐주지.
I don't think we'll see much of anything of reaction for ourselves this year. I am, after Mobius, I am a little apprehensive. I hear we're gonna get some looping again.
허저. 별것도 없이 배짱만 두둑했군.
While the rest of the sinners were slowly recovering from the excitement of battle, Don Quixote did not waste a second before bolting forth to the woman's side.
이보게! 맥을...
아, 맥을 이마에 대고
Yeah.
재다니 그럴 수도 있군요.
살아있네.
그러니까 이 녀석이 정보를 갖고 있을 거라고?
The sinners one by one began to gather around the woman. She was dressed in an all-black garb like the Kurokuma clan members, but her weapon and her outfit were unmistakably distinct. Blade lineage, huh? I looked around at the defeated Kurokuma clan members, the back at her. The difference became even more apparent. Don Quixote slowly and tragically shook her head after checking the pulse on others.
관리자님, 전투 중 몇몇 흑운의 조직원을 신문했으나 특기할 정보는 없었습니다.
So it's just her then. I hope my gut feelings prove me right.
산자는 이자밖에 없는 것 같네. 우선 버스에 옮겨 응급조치를 취하는 게 어떻겠는가?
Yeah, don't see any other way. We don't carry a first aid kit with us, and I can't turn the clock to heal her, so... Nelso, do you mind carrying her back to the bus?
알겠습니다.
Thus, we made our way back to the bus, Nelso carrying the dying Blade lineage member.
잼짝을 또 달고 왔군.
Poor Indu. I was so excited when it was first revealed to be her, because originally she just showed up in the Library of Runa art book. It was such... She's real! Poor her. I think she's become the jobber. Regilius didn't seem very happy about this.
관리자, 허가되지 않은 손님을 드리는 게 당연해진 겁니까?
We had no choice. We had to save her first if we're going to get any answers out of her.
정보가 있을 것이라고 판단되는 인물을 우선 구명해야 한다고 판단했다고 말하고 있네요.
Oh, I just remembered we're gonna meet Kaiman. I wanted to hear her voice.
파우스트도 이 부분은 동의합니다.
이미 벌어진 일은 어쩔 수 없지. 하지만 계속 주의는 하십시오, 딴테.
I had a feeling that Vergilius had much more to say than that, but he simply sighed and dropped the subject. Well,
본인은 관리자 나리가 옳은 처사를 했다고 생각하네.
Thanks. Just as I was starting to dread that this bus was doomed to be internally uncomfortable, Isong and Matt emerged from the back door with good news.
조치는 전부 끝내었어. 이제.
And before he even finished his sentence... Hello! The woman was awake. Here, and now she has a voice!
전투 응대는 성공적이었다. 나쁘지 않은 움직임이었어. 이제 다른 쪽 집안일로 돌아가지.
Poor Gregor. Took more damage than he dealt. Lineage of Blades. What's the... Why is that saying new? Oh, right. I remember... You...
어떤 조직 놈들인지 면면 좀 받을까?
we're gonna lose that one, but I want that one to stay.
거안.
아, 여기는 버스 아니에요? 아, 저희는
대도
blade lineage woman sprang from her prone position, grabbing the sword next to her. She held the grip of her blade, ready to draw it at any moment.
네 놈들은 누구냐? 흑운에?
아니라고.
그러니까 저희는
그런데 왜 그들이 쓰는 무기와 흡사한 것을?
말이 안 통하네. 그냥 죽일까?
Yoshu.
두 가지 이유로 화가 난다. 하나는 대화를 주고받지 않아 쓸데없이 이야기를 길게 느리게 하는 것. 또 하나는 그 밥버러지들의 쓰레기 같은 날붙이와 나의 검을 동일 선상에 놓는 것. 분을 참을 필요가 있나 시게.
Yeah, there is. She can't tell us anything if she's dead. How about that? Ryoshu often shows bursts of emotion in the most unexpected times. At least she listens when I ask her to, which is a relief.
자세히 보니 다르군. 복장도 전혀 다른 식으로 통일되어 있고. 특히 자네는 누구지? 요란한 시계를 달고 있군. 째깍거리는 게 전부인가?
그는 우리의 관리자요. 그대에게는 그의 목소리가 들리지는 않을 것이요.
Talk, tick, talk.
익숙한 내음이 묻어있는 말투로군.
내가 전전에 오던 구역에서도 나의 말투와 흡사한 친구를 많이 보진 못했다만.
말투는 그렇지. 하지만 선택하는 단어의 면면에 익숙함이 보여. 19구 S사 출신인가?
도망했으나 출신은 그러하오.
그런가. 도망이라. 고향 사람들은 늘 처지가 같군.
I need to be able to do that. Perhaps meeting someone from the same home district helped. The woman visibly reacted before slumping down on a nearby chair. Her breathing was labored.
나의 이름은 이상이라 하오. 그대의 상처를 치료했지.
귀하에게 은혜를 입었는데 행동이 볼품없었군. 미안하네.
I want the dark shadow and I want the shiny glasses. Look.
앵두라고 불러주시게. 검을 다루는 게 살수를 맡고 있어.
Can you hear that again?
앵두라고 불러주시게. 검을 다루는 게 살수를 맡고 있어. 앵두라고 불러주시게.
Yeah.
검을 다루는 게 살수를 맡고 있어.
단테, 이번엔 이상 씨가 이야기를 잘 풀어가 줄 것 같은데?
Looks like we can sit back and let him handle this. I nodded, replying quickly to Rhodia's whispers.
19구 S사에서 도망한 자라면 우리를 알고 있겠지.
저작거리의 소문에 박진 않으나 대강은 그대들은 어딘가에 매이지 않고 자유히 돌아다닌다고 알고 있었는데 어찌 도망인의 처지라고 말한 것인가?
사정은 말하자면 길 것이고 그저 새로운 터전을 찾아야만 했노라고 말할 수밖에.
소상한 사정을 읊는다면 우리가 도울 수 있는 부분이 있을지도 모르지 않은가?
Endu shot a sweeping glance at all of us. Her eyes appeared heavy with crushing exhaustion.
하긴 그들을 전부 해치운 자들이라면 어느 정도의 실력자일 테지. 우리 우두머리와 친구들의 수급은 그들 후군에게 현상금이 걸려있는 상태다.
Well, I just got reminded. Yeah, one of Heathcliff's lines refers to like the finger of Bobel. Just something even back in Rune, that's gotta come up. I hope that's some nice foreshadowing. That could be an event. I mean, well, or it could even coincide with Ryoshu's canto, couldn't it? I wonder if that will be the introduction of the pinky, or we might get some hints sooner.
평생 수준이 아닌데? 단순히 땅 따먹기가 아니라 원한이라도 걸려 있는 건가?
탐관오리가 넘쳐나고 민생이 어지러운 것은 과거나 지금이나 19구의 가장 커다란 문제. 그러나 S사, 이제는 살피뼈 농축산이 되어버린 그 날개의 행보에 그저 무예를 단련하며 무인의 길을 가려는 우리 같은 자들이 무얼 해볼 수 있는 것도 아닌 게 현실이지. 그러니 저를 미워하는 우리 같은 중은 떠나는 선택지만 남았던 것이다.
S사 민초들의 고충은 여전하구려.
새로운 터전을 찾으러 떠난 길이었으나 정착할 곳을 찾는 게 쉽지는 않았지. 이미 남의 영역이 된 곳에 발을 디디려 하니 당연히 우리는 다툼의 대상이 될 수밖에 없었고, 그러던 중 우두머리가 가져온 초대장이란 걸 통해 도서관에 들어가게 되었던 기억이 있네.
Very fortunate for the library. Bamboo added Kim's. Probably the strongest page at that point, and usable and good through endgame. Virgilius, who had been sitting quietly with one leg over the other on a chair far from the rest of us, visibly reacted. I think I remember that the word library always got a genuine reaction out of Virgilius.
기억이 있다라는 말은 다소 어색하구려.
분명 그곳은 흑운의 손이 닿지 못할 것이라는 이야기를 듣고 도달한 곳이었지만 실상 그것도 싸움터였다는 이야기요. 분명 우리는 패했고, 그리고 어느 순간 이곳 T사의 골목에 있게 되었다는 이야기요. 그 방식이 워낙 기묘하니 기억이 있다 정도로 답할 수밖에. 김사카도도.
Her eyes suddenly widened mid-sentence. Andu leaped from her seat.
우두가 아직 빌딩에. 용진 빌딩으로 가야 하네.
조심하시게. 그렇게 격정적으로 움직이면 봉한 상처가.
뭐야? 죽었어?
혈액이 부족한데 압력은 높아졌으니 쇼크가 오는 것도 무리는 아니죠. 기절한 것뿐입니다.
그래도 관리자님이 예상하신 대로 무언가 정보를 가지고 있긴 하군요.
용진 빌딩. 이곳에 향해야 하는 이유가 있다는 건가?
Maybe, but I'm not sure. I don't know what this has to do with our mission, if any. Or maybe it's that library that we should...
비상. 앞에 칼 들고 설치는 검은 사람들 엄청 많아. 맵이 다치겠다. 승객들 출동.
흑운회의 후속 인력들인 것 같습니다, 관리자님.
Well, what can we do? We'll have to think about this later. For now, let's take care of the reinforcements. Yeah, we've been coming. We're close. Oh, Greer won that. Let's get some. Resonance here.
전투응대 나가서 싸워. 뒤에
I want to be. Some of the times I actually want to see the animations a little bit better, and I can't. Let's save that for a turn. Sure.
뭐 차지야!
무의가
One Ishmael.
되는 건 즐겁네요.
Save that. Yeah, your poise is fine. That going. Actually, this.
전투 응대에 나선다.
이 비었잖아.
The effects that they get on their blades are some of my favorite of all the sort of particle effects they do.
영원한 잠으로 인도하지. 영원한 잠으로.
Look at that poise.
갑니다. 나가서 싸워.
Oh, I should have countered there. I have to remember their play styles. I was distracted by the ocean poise. Not that mattered there.
그대로 무너져라.
They can have a bit of a rough start, but we do have whistles in the support line. Try and get that SP up a bit faster.
전투 응대는 성공적이었다. 나쁘지 않은 움직임이었어. 이제 다른 쪽 집안일로 돌아가지.
This is a better ratio. Not much damage though, but a better ratio of delta taken. The uninvited. Let's not forget. Just look at all the full stops. I wonder if they'll make full stop viable for Canto 8. Because it's such a fun identity, especially the combo with Heathcliff. I'd love to use it, and sort of the imagery makes me laugh when I think of however the fights play out, which I'm assuming is we're getting like martial arts and such. And then Honglu pulls out a gun. But I can see, because he's so good, they might want to nerf him a little. Not nerf him, but make him not great for the fights, or like Pierce resistant. I can see that going, and there's certainly, like, Dietchi is great. Ping Kang is still really solid. If we want to play Tremor, maybe this is a time for the return of K-Corp. I feel like as long as they're not resistant to Pierce, and preferably not Pride, will be okay to use him. No, this is truly ideal. It is. Their level 50 Kurokumo clan. Thank you, person I'm borrowing this from. I might lock him up, make him unplayable. Next week, yes, burn. Very curious. I guess we'll learn how he plays tomorrow.
카니발 타임.
I don't know if I'll shard him immediately. I might wait, because I still have to get his fell bullet. What's he doing?
나가서 싸워.
Counter I never use. Hello, Dante. Welcome. He looks to be from a higher section. Let's work on the resonance again.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
It's nice that they're giving us one so soon since we... They're so starved from burn. Nice to have a good replacement. Dominating? Oh, yeah, we'll wait. I want to see in Azard if we get like see more cameos in the background, because you can kind of see people in the preview. It's a defense. Don't use these enough. But now we're going to. Should I get everything ready for next turn?
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지. 40. 이 정도로 나와 겁을만데?
위원을 가진 그대로 무너져라.
목이 피었잖아. 다음 놈 나와.
꿈을 꾸라고 이 정도로.
There you go, there's a wave. Oh yeah, poor Don Quixote. Pretty starving for content at the moment. Oh, unopposed. Needed a clash. Stop being so slow. I want to use Cumulus Wall. Hey. I'm trying to think about like what's the best option for Dawn at this point. See, it feels she's in a position where she needs more another Valpurgis, which puts her on a certain timeline. But could she get a? Could she be in the sweeper intervallo? I'm still wondering if they're actually gonna go for sweepers. With that, I'm not sure. It's interesting because one of the sweepers' gimmicks was the like re-rolling the dice. What's it called? Persistence? Is that their like refused to die, but it refused mechanic that just made them a huge pain to fight and wasn't quite as useful. Oh, trash disposal. Is that the one where they can recycle? Because that's like, I feel a much more valuable mechanic here in Limbus than it is in Ruin. I also didn't like rolled like 2 to 3. Oh, we have a bunch of the bus here this time. Oh, and the resurrection. Oh, but they had the health hauler. Refused to die and healed when someone yes. They have the haulers, health hauler, mind hauler. They would, I'm trying to figure out how like that would, because I think their mechanics. It's yeah. Recycling is such a powerful mechanic here in Limbus, but not so much in Ruina. don't think I could. I'm mixed. I'm okay if it's not the sweepers because they're not like my favorite faction. I think they could be an interesting application, but I don't really know how they'd like really work. Because again, they're sort of known for the healing passives. They could be tanks, but then again, we're moving into more like disposable characters. Are they gonna want to give us these really unkillable? Although if you could like apply the persistence to somebody else like Faust or like or Deviat, maybe could be something there. If there's a cool, I don't know what would be. If there's a cool other faction, I'd also be fine with it. We return to the bus after dispatching the Kurokuma clan members that attacked the bus. Yay! Only to be greeted by an unfamiliar face. There was a woman sitting in the frontmost seat of our bus.
이상하군, 길잡이. 분명 논의되지 않은 손님은 들이지 말아야 한다는 말을 들은 지 1시간이 지나지 않았는데.
Sleepers are literally walking liquids, not chill to do all ideas of them. At this point, that was my question. At a certain point, I mean, I don't know exactly how, if Honglu's family members gonna do IDs of that, but at this point I'm like, I don't really care about the mechanics anymore if it makes for a cool ID that I want to use. It feels weird to cover their faces unless you give like something else that's really distinguishes them, and they, well, I guess we're kind of playing as Dante, and if Dante can understand them.
외부인에 한해서라고. 눈앞에 신분이 버젓이 쓰여 있지 않나?
Style of reviability. That was my, cause I kind of did a 180 there, cause I remember it was way back when N Faust was introduced, and that was sort of the first time. I mean, I know we had it with Merceau, being what's his name, Guido. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about like a character exactly like an identity like completely being based on another character. I felt, in a way, I felt like it ruined the uniqueness, and I didn't love it in Leviathan either, when Garnet could just be the Black Silence, and then I just kind of was like, you know what? If we have cool boss characters, I want to be able to not even play exactly as them, but have cool mechanics there. I've always been okay with like, you don't necessarily have to keep things consistent if it makes for cool gameplay a little bit. I noticed that she was wearing a familiar uniform with the logo clear emblazoned on her chest. Are you from the LCCB?
LCCA다. 시계 관리자.
Cool voice. Right. I could see that she was wearing a red emblem on her shoulder.
이 사람 관리자님 말이 들리나요?
안 들려. 태엽 소리를 번역하는 재능도 없다. 그렇게 멍청한 느낌으로 고개를 까딱이고 있는데 모르는 게 더 힘들겠군.
무슨 말을...
Ishmael scowled, about to tell the woman off, until she coughed and collected herself. Maybe she suddenly recalled her old attitude.
나는 클리어 부서 애프터팀 소속 일반 작전 2과 알파 팀장 카이만이다.
Kaimon, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anyone from the after team in person.
그야 우리가 개고생했던 걸 꿀떡하는 놈들이니 눈에 띌 리가.
Oh, I just remembered. We get to hear Ezra again.
말은 바로 하지, 길바닥 출신.
Oh.
뭐?
애프터팀은 너희 같은 목숨 버리개들이 깽판 쳐놓은 현장을 정상화시키고 없던 일이 될 수 있도록 수습하는 매우 수고스러운 일을 하는 팀이지.
저희가 목숨 버리게라고 불리나 보죠?
그뿐일까? 목숨 버리게, 범퍼카, 돈 먹는 버스, 고기 방패, 얻어 걸린 또라이. 뭐 더 있기는 한데 그게 지금 당장 필요한 이야기 같진 않군.
Bumper cars.
이 새끼가 말하는 꼬라지는 계속 그따위일 거냐?
특별히 고칠 이유가 없다면 고치지 않는다. 내 지론이다. 앞뒤 가리지 않고 황금가지를 회수하는 게 일이라곤 하지만 그 뒤에서 개가 지구르는 사람을 생각하지 못하는 반푼이에겐 더욱 고칠 필요가 없지.
거점하지, 가이만 팀장.
뭐 육지거리를 하러 온 건 아니었으니까요. 상부의 작전 명령을 하달합니다.
Hammond produced an envelope, opened it, and pulled out a paper from within. She began to read it out loud.
LCB의 T사 황금가지 탈환 작전 이전에 추가적인 임무를 하달합니다. 하나, 해당 구역 근처에 발생한 뒤틀림을 제거 혹은 확보할 것. 둘, 해당 위치에 있는 검은 비석 모노리스를 확보할 것.
Hey, monolith? What's this now?
뒤틀림? 이미 뒤틀려 있다는 뜻인가요?
모른다. 이 추가 작전은 LCC가 관여되어 있지 않지. 나는 그저 T사에서의 업무를 처리하다가 전달 임무만 받은 것뿐이다.
우리의 임무는 황금가지의 탈환뿐일 텐데 언제부터 우리가 심부름꾼 해결사 노릇을 주문받았지?
지금 주문받았군. 그리고 황금가지를 배달해오는 너희가 특별히 심부름꾼과 다를 바도 없지.
확실히 알겠네. 애프터팀이라는 곳은 성격 더러운 사람들만 들어가는 곳인가 봐.
Rodion grumbled like she was imagining a department full of Caimans. Simon came in, quietly took a sweeping look at the complaining sinners and approached me.
시계 관리자.
Manager Clock. Yes?
뭐라고 말하는지는 어차피 안 들리고. 당신이나 당신 졸개들이나 아직도 뭘 모르는 것 같아 친절히 설명을 몇 개 해주겠어.
Hammond crossed her arms and leaned against the bus seat as though she was about to start a lecture.
LCB는 분명 황금가지를 가져오는 게 임무다. 그건 맞아. 부정할 수 없지. 하지만 림버스 컴퍼니라는 회사의 목적이 황금가지 탈환이요 라고 말하고 다니는 건 문제가 있지 않겠나? 그게 당장의 벌이수단이 되지도 않고.
그건 맞는 말이네요. 사실 궁금했거든요. 이 회사가 대체 무슨 돈으로 돌아가고 있는 건지.
뭐 돈은 걱정할 필요 없다. 오히려 차고 넘치지. 지금 이 회사에 부족한 건 대외적인 입지와 명분이다.
A cause.
림버스 컴퍼니는 그 명분을 뒤틀림에서 찾기로 정했었다. 뒤틀림 현상이라는 게 아직 도시에서 체계적으로 관리되는 건 아니거든.
House told me some time ago that it hasn't been long since the distortions began appearing in the city.
림버스 컴퍼니는 대외적으로 뒤틀림 현상 전문 처리 및 방역, 또한 현상의 연구를 하는 집단으로 도시의 이름을 알리는 중이다. 그러니 다방면으로 관련 활동이 필요한 상태지.
뒤틀림 현상이라는 게 꽤나 골치 아픈 상황이라고 들었던 것 같긴 하네요.
아직도 이 현상을 누가 명확하게 정의한 적이 없다. 그러니 전담하기를 꺼리고. 뒤틀림을 전담하는 협회가 발족하려는 동향이 있다고 들었지만 그건 어디까지나 협회. 림버스 컴퍼니는 기업 차원에서 그걸 다루려는 것이다.
Corporate level. No, I'm just thinking about like middle management dealing with distortions.
그래서 그게 우리가 뒤틀림을 조져야 하는 이유가 되나?
되지. 회사 가장 높은 곳에서 내린 명령이니까. 길바닥엔 그런 게 없었나 보지?
안 되겠다. 그냥 오늘 머리 부수고 끝장을 보자 너.
관리자.
Manager. Hammond ignored Heathcliff, who was visibly fuming, and turned to face me.
지금 이들에게 내가 대하고 있는 태도, 나아가서
dog.
회사에서 이들을 어떻게 취급할지까지. 그건 결국 관리자의 선택과 지도에 따라 달라질 거다.
With that, she produced an envelope from under her arm and handed it over.
하지만 뭐 선택은 자유니까. 저들 말대로 원래 LCB의 임무인 황금가지만 고집해도 상관은 없다. 그런다고 너희 고기방패들이 회사에서 쫓겨나게 되진 않겠지. 물론 그 선택이 수감자들의 처우를 결정하겠지만.
Vergilius listens quietly, his eyes shut. I can't believe he goes. I love it.
그럼 가보겠습니다. 붉은 시선. 다음에 또 보죠.
I guess the implication there is she literally walked up to him.
그러시지. 하지만 그때 또 본다면 말은 좀 가려가면서 하면 좋겠군.
Oh, he's smiling.
이렇게 보여도 내가 당신이 말한 이 고기 방패들 결잡이라서 말이야. 내 귀까지 거슬리진 않게 부탁하지.
뭐 그건 관리자에게 달려있겠죠. 그럼 실례하죠.
She left, leaving nothing but the awkward silence behind.
갔냐? 그 재수 없는 새끼?
After that brief moment of quiet, everyone began sighing and complaining as though they'd just been ungagged.
듣고만 있는 것도 꽤 힘든 일이네. 아이씨, 나이 먹고 성질은 다 죽였다고 생각했는데.
Still, good work keeping things non-violent, guys.
하지만 틀린 말을 하지는 않으시던걸요?
숨은 의도를 간파해야 할 필요는 없으니 생각 정리가 편리했던 것 또한 사실이다.
뭐 그렇게 생각할 수도 있는 거겠죠. 아무튼 그 인간 말 맞다나 회사가 시키는 일은 또 할 수밖에 없는 거고요.
명령을 수행하는데 특별히 첨언할 말도 없군.
Following orders. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I tried my best to cheer up the sinners as I opened the envelope she left behind. Not much of a note was in there. An old-fashioned walkie-talkie, a bunch of signed and stamped paperwork, and... mission location. Yongjin Building.
출발하지, 카론.
Vroom.
용진 마치 베르. 좋아, 감이 온다. 삐릭삐릭. 출발. 부릉부릉.
Judging by their lack of surprise, both Karen and Vergilius already knew where to go. And the bus took off. Hi, cool dog. Hi, Evie. It's your birthday today? Happy birthday! That's my Frey Dogs tomorrow.
전투 응대는 성공적이었다. 나쁘지 않은 움직임이었어. 이제 다른 쪽 집안일로 돌아가지.
Maybe he'll be better when you bring him to a boss fight. I mean, I know he's a 2-star. Is plus coin drop? Is he completely balanced around being able to inflict plus coin drop? Full potential. Oh, thank you! Thank you, everyone! Happy birthday to Evie! Hi, okay-san! Let's go, loco! Within 10 turns, same thing. And then maybe after this chapter, I'll go make a little bit more tea. Yeah, the Frey Dog's on my lap now. She had a pre-birthday bath, so she's very cuddly. Yeah.
자, 회전 끝.
Here we go. I guess we could go right into... Maybe save that. Do that. We'll do that. Oh, actually, get the poise up. So like this.
전투응대 나가서 싸워.
This is my blue dog. It's so soft.
목이 비었잖아.
Nice job. This is not great if it doesn't roll well. Okay, here we go. Save that for another turn. Neutral. Actually, maybe. I'm gonna get some help there.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
Your skill 3.
먹지. 이 정도로
You look so cool. Is Cloud Cutter doing Cloud Cutter things? Okay, pretty good. Now we'll leave that. We'll just do a regular.
갑니다.
Bonk. So he like winds up like using it like a bat. I love it. Oh, but someone was saying it earlier about like power creep being war related, so it makes it harder to buff the factions. That's also a thing I don't. I get it, especially for like a really lore focused game like this, but I still want a Lulu ID. I want Heath Lulu.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Be his first bird ID.
흙을 마실걸?
I feel like we moved past it. So possible as a skin, that is true, given we have streetlight skins. Maybe I will use it when he gets a burn ID too.
갑니다. 나가서 싸워. 위원회 꿈을 꾸러가다. 제대로 무너리 꿈을 꾸러가다. 위원회 갇힌 제대로 무너져라.
This is working
다들
out.
고생했다. 부조장한텐 내가 말해둘 테니까 뒤처리 끝나면 뜨끈하게 목욕탕에 가서 몸부터 씻자고.
Okay, I'll do one more, and then I'll get some tea. What coffee power will do. It's interesting because, I mean, Hesad's thing was like the upgraded health bullets. So we can imagine Hesed and Netza are both likely to be support things, but who gets what? I feel like Nets leans more on like a direct heal. We also have like library floors to go with. Maybe like fluid sac. I feel like they'd want to do something more interesting than just a straight up heal. Although it could be quite for like for some fights. I do think like full SP on demand could be really nice, but I just don't feel like it's as interesting as like some of the other things they could do.
착수.
Something continued to nag at the back of my mind during the frequent stops and combat encounters. There was this one thing I just could not understand. This is pretty much expected from Virgilius at this point, but if he already knew where we were going and why, would it hurt to tell us for once? I muttered to myself while looking toward the back of the bus where Ingdu slept. She was still out cold. Come on, Faust. I legitimately think that this is something we have to talk about. Can you please relay my question to Virgilius? Oh, Hesed will let you switch someone from the back line. That's how we'll be able to revive. Revive would be really nice. I always felt like switching kind of felt like a control team thing to me, but I wouldn't want to wait that long.
그럼 내가 말하지. 갈등은 때때로 필요한 법이다. 어이, 길잡이!
Otis relayed my question, then began to share some of her own grievances with Virgilius. A lot of her own grievances.
끝났나? 뭐 사실이다. 이미 무전으로 세부적인 내용은 전달받았지. 미리 말하지 않은 이유.
Would get the Mountain of Corpses.
상황에 몰아놓고 학습해야 깨닫는 인재들이라 굳이 먼저 말하진 않았을 뿐이다. 어차피 먼저 말해봐야 반발심밖에 더 생길까. 그래서 관리자, 이번 일을 거부할 생각인 겁니까?
How could I? They're already treating us like dirt. If I refuse this, I can't imagine how much worse it will get.
그럴 순 없겠다고 생각하겠지.
I can tell from the way he's looking at me that he already knew what I was going to say. When are we gonna get the reveal? I mean, probably not for a while. But he can hear Conante, but I wonder what the line will be. Like, what's the moment? I'm starting to wonder if he really can't hear me.
마침 손님께서 깨신 모양이군. 카론의 감으로는 정확한 위치를 잡을 수 없으니 가서 알아오는 게 좋겠군요, 관리자.
Oh, what's the line for the prologue? Like, it's never too late, Dante. We will call back to that. Again, this would have gone much smoother if we had been told where we were going from the start. But like always, Virgilius felt the need to add comments like that before shutting me down and turning away. He'd already closed his eyes.
내가 가서 상황을 설명하겠소.
His son got up with an awkward smile in an attempt to clear the air. After some time, Song seemed to have successfully explained our circumstances to Indu. He was standing next to Charon, trying to give her proper directions. She had also told us that, as long as we assisted her with her mission, she wouldn't mind us taking the Stele? I think I looked it up. Was it Stele? For ourselves. The monolith.
여기서 오른쪽. 저것들이 벌써 진을 저렇게 치고서.
People dressed up in Kurokuma clan's garbs were wandering around in the building, standing guard before its entrance.
내려야! 김사관님! 뒤틀림은 시간을 오래 끌수록 제압하기 어려울 것입니다. 저희도 빠르게 빌딩으로 진입하죠.
Indu had already leaped out of the bus and was rushing in with her weapon drawn. We quickly followed suit. I literally remember looking it up during the original stream, but of course that's not a word I probably have not used since then, so I never remember. Control. This.
단칼에
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
Please, crowd cutter.
건드렸겠다.
Do some work. Let's see. Yeah, let's save that for a moment.
갑니다. 민감을 준비하고. 저는 개인적으로
That's okay. Is it time for another resonance? Seems so.
갑니다. 나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
I wonder what the speaking of Faction Railway again, what the teams are gonna be. Someone hit like 25 turns. Although I don't even know if it's gonna be possible because it was due to Faust being bugged. Ardor Blossom starved Faust being too strong. Don't be unopposed. Sure.
단칼에
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
왜 이렇게 끊어졌대?
I just love the build up in this track right here.
이 정도로 나와 겁을 맞대? 40. 꿈을 꾸러 가도록.
Okay, just a few more. I was just talking to Mafrey Dog. I'll get her a snack as well. There we go.
갑니다. 나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
She'll do Ryosha things. I'm laughing because she's been the highest damage out of all these fights so far. Not Kurakumo. Or the Blade lineage dominance here. The maids.
이 피었잖아.
되는 건 즐겁네요.
거참 재미없게.
Very coming in clutch to finish it that turn. Say something, Mafrey Dog? Okay, I might leave it here just for a second. I'm just gonna get a little bit more tea because I'm a little scratchy. We'll be like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Thank you. Apparently acidic food tastes best on planes. What did I come back to? Thank you. I got some... I guess speaking of acidic, I got some lemon ginger honey tea. Thank you. Okay. Back to the airplane food. I had to scroll back. How did that... Oh, what's the deal with airplane food anyway? I can't think of any time I've been blown away by airline food, but the pastas tend to be like kind of safe, but weirdly, I mean, the other thing people talk about is hospital food, but once I got like this chocolate pudding from, no, it wasn't chocolate, it was like butterscotch pudding from a hospital. And it was like one of the best puddings I ever tasted. It was just like butterscotch pudding with whipped cream on it. My mom went back, had to go back and check the cafeteria and brought me back some more. Although I am, as pudding, I love puddings. My favorite kind of dessert is just like pudding stuff, flan, panna cotta, puddings.
이놈이 마지막이었던 것 같군.
피 냄새. 방금 솟아오른 것부터 잔뜩 늘어붙은 향기까지. 직접 보지 않아도 다양한 혈흔의 콜라주가 펼쳐져 있겠군.
이자는 아무렇지도 않게 잔혹한 생각을 하는군. 아무튼 이제 안으로 들어설 수 있겠군. 어서!
Indu did not hesitate for a second before disappearing into the building's entrance.
아이, 시키절에 딱 깬 지 얼마 되지도 않았는데 대단하구만.
정신력이겠지. 우두머리가 잡혀있다면 저럴 수밖에.
그런데 6층밖에 안 되는 건물을 빌딩이라고 부르기도 하나 보네요?
네, 뒷골목에 사는 비교적 흔한 일이죠.
I looked up towards the rooftop of the building Honglu was looking at, and suddenly grew curious. What time is it right now?
거울 줄까?
My head doesn't actually tell the time, you know.
현재 시각은 오후 2시 10분입니다.
2 in the afternoon. Not midday, but not supposed to be this dark, is it? How is it this gloomy and dark at 2 in the afternoon? I'm starting to lose my sense of time in here. That's Britain for you.
여기가 유독 심한 것 같네. 뭐 연기 전쟁 때와 비교하면 애교 수준이지만.
그건 그렇지.
T사의 뒷골목은 줄곧 이런 상태라고 알려져 있습니다. 기계가 계속해서 돌아가면서 연기를 지속적으로 배출하는 환경인데다 색이 추출되고 있으므로 더욱 매캐해 보이게 만들죠. 물론 이건 연기 전쟁의 결과로 제약이 걸려 많이 적응된 모습이지 이전에는.
Yeah, I forgot about this. I wondered if they are still working with like some old L Corp tech or something. I hurried towards Indu's urgent cries.
검기 쪽에 아직도 부를 사람이 남았을 줄이야.
뭐야? 벌써 다 해치워 놓네?
잔챙이들이요. 어째 하나같이 위로 올라갈 생각은 못하고 실력도 안 되는 것들을 깡으로 덤비기만 하더군.
The electric buzz of sorts played from the radio I had stashed in my clothes. Someone calling this radio? The sound became much clearer when I unfolded the antenna from the radio.
여기는 LCD. 다 들리지? 들려? 대답! 빨리!
The voice coming from the other end of the radio was upbeat, to put it mildly, and very chaotic. Okay, I just have to press this button, right? Well, I'll talk, but it's not like you can hear.
진짜 째깍거려. 아, 이럴 때가 아니지. 어차피 전달만 하면 끝이니까 굳이 대답할 필요는 없어.
Okay.
급하니까 한 번만 말할게. 너희가 회수해야 한다고 전달받은 모노리스, 그 검은 비석 말이야. 지금 그 위치에서 모노리스의 활동 신호가 엄청 강하게 나오거든? 사람을 강제로 뒤틀림을 시키는 신호 말이야.
강제로 뒤틀림하를 시킨다고?
그거 전부 흘러나오기 전에 빨리 회수해야 해. 알았지? 이건 또 뭐야? 아, 미안. 여기도 일하는 중이라 바쁘거든. 길게는 말 못 해주겠다. 암튼 급하다고 분명히 말했다. 이상 전달 끝.
I love it so much. The call dropped before any of us had even the chance to say anything. I need to know, is Yuria still a bear? It's pretty lively, huh?
한가롭게 감상을 말할 때냐?
저 여기 엘리베이터는 고장난 것 같아요.
그대들도 급해질 이유가 이제 충분해진 것 같군. 이대로 층계참을 돌파하는 것이 좋지 않겠는가?
We don't have a choice. Come on, let's go. I put the radio back in my pocket and began running up the stairs. I'm still holding out hope for the distortion. Oh,
부조장한테
He's
내가
MVP.
말해둘 테니까.
That's what I get for saying that Ryoshi's been the MVP each time.
목욕탕에 가서 몸부터 씻자고.
So behind. Guess we didn't get as much. AoE. Vespa's here. I think Yuri probably is too, but she's still stuck as a bear. I'm still holding out hope for the distortion detective VN. Mentor and fellow. Let's get. Thank you.
카니발 타임.
아이고.
이거 얘들은 싱거운데 오히려 계단 타는 게 더 힘들잖아.
이상하군. 그렇지 않은가?
어? 뭐가?
어리바리한 것들 투성이지 않은가? 어찌 우리를 막아내려 자리한 것이 아니라 밀려 올라가기 싫어하는... 설마...
Indu's expression darkened. Maybe she had an inkling of a bad omen.
우두머리라는 자가 걱정이 되는가?
Monkyote carefully sidled up to Indu's side with a sympathetic expression.
그럴 수밖에 없어.
김사카시라는 분은 어떤 사람이었나요?
Indu appeared conflicted, as though she was having trouble organizing her own thoughts. She shook her head and sighed.
늠름한 사람이었지. 지킬 것을 지키고 또한 죽일 것을 죽였다. 검계 안에서도 실력으로 줄을 세우면 반드시 손가락 안에 들으셨고, 또 말수는 적으셔도 자기 좋아하는 사람은 끔찍하게 챙기셨지. 그 결정만 없었더라도 우리의 친우가 이렇게까지 궁지에 몰리는 일은 없었겠지만.
Sinclair half opened his mouth, apparently curious about what that decision might have been. But he soon realized that this was probably not the time to pry and quietly closed his mouth.
어떤 상황이든 빨리 올라가 보는 수밖에 없나?
Then, we have no choice but to make haste with her. When's June show up? What have we got? Okay. let's... I think you're just gonna have to take this. Opening gambit is not great, but if we can get something.
좀 더 잘 뵐 수 있을 것 같은데요?
Okay, here we go. Roll. Yeah, let's go for it.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
Let's get the sanity up.
40. 먹지.
I love how much you've been seeing it more with like how coins, and now that you have like the multi-coin ego, how they're sort of playing and making the coins sort of more cinematic with them timed to the skills. I love that. I don't want to throw that into an evade.
재미는 없겠지만 이렇게 할게요.
뒤는 내가 봐주지.
좀 더 잘 뵐 수
How
있을
is
것
still putting in
같은데요?
work with Cloud Cutter? Unfortunately, it's gonna get shut off with bosses.
목이 피었잖아.
배인 줄도 몰랐네.
I was thinking again because I was talking a little bit ago about like what unit to use and like which Honglu and Kanto 8, and how I'd like to use full stop more, but I understand if that's what everyone's gonna do, and he might be too powerful. I haven't really done him in like, I was thinking how would he work out in Super Law, like a final boss type thing, which goes many phases, really long turns. I haven't used him in like I haven't used him ever where he's like run out of both sets of ammo.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가
I do. The edge is
되는 건 즐겁네요.
solid. Your Dizzy is really fun. Tremor's not my favorite team though.
40. 먹지.
But I feel like we just did the sinking team. But we don't, you don't ever, with like full stopping kinda, they're pretty fine I think to slot in any other general team. A ring ting tang. Not a bad option. Let's just have some fun.
원망도 미친도 소용이 없어.
Baesonglu.
그저 무언가를 잡으려 애썼을 뿐.
I mean, of course. I mean, there's always the possibility that, like in Kanto 4, Isang's ID came and like came. What did it come for the last part? I doubt they do that again, but Unless the
다들 고생했다.
Kanto is designed for that.
부조장한테 내가
But
말해둘 테니까 뒤처리
once we
끝나면
start knowing what the units are
편하게
gonna
목욕탕에 가서
be,
몸부터 씻자고.
then we can sort of tailor. And there's always just like the good stuff team. Throw your favorites together that are good. It works. Mentor and Fellows 2. It's always good to have a Faust.
카니발 타임.
Thought about the upcoming idea. Apparently we'll use that force match flame. I wonder. I guess Gregor is a little underleveled, but not hugely. Could throw him a level. But yeah, I don't think maybe I'm uptight. Because there was a point where, way back, where I think you might use, people did use 7 the song on a burn team for the gluttony.
좀 더 잘 될 수 있을 것 같은데요?
Yeah, let's get some.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
But yeah, thematically coherent team.
40.
Everyone gets as many gun units as possible.
먹지. 지원을 갖춘
무의감을
제대로 못.
여기 피었잖아.
좀 더 잘 뵐 수 있을 것 같은데요?
안 가네.
왜 이렇게 흐느적대?
영원한 잠으로 인도하지.
Oh. Look at him go. Another one.
떨거지는
나가서
잘라낸다.
싸워. 내가 봐야지.
I'm curious if he's gonna if he really like even just like a solid burn unit that doesn't do anything special is welcome. If he's actually gonna be a big mix-up or anything. Hey.
안 가네.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가
I
봐주지.
mean, I feel like one of the most useful things you could have on a burn team is like burn deluge. Yeah. You can get an ego gift like that. I mean, see it here. It's quite nice for speeding things up. Although once you get glimpse of flames, it doesn't really matter.
꿈을 꾸러 갔다.
여기 피었잖아.
지원을 갖춘 그대로 무너져라.
안 가네.
꿈을 꾸러 가도록.
There we go. Oh, the ginger lemon's nice.
다들 고생했다. 부조장한테 내가 말해둘 테니까 뒤처리 끝나면 뜨끈하게 목욕탕에 가서 몸부터 씻자고.
Let's check reward exchange. Maybe. I left this from last time. I didn't play the event till the last week. I was so busy. I was sick and I was so busy with school. One of the few cosmetics they don't actually have. Get that. And maybe hit him up. Teensy bit. If that helps anything. Origin of sin. Oh, okay. I see. Here's where we're at.
자, 회전 끝.
I don't know how to voice this. I mean, when we get to the actual thing. Off we go.
전투응대
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
Again, since we were talking, I can't remember if I said it earlier, but people have like specific questions about Dream of the Red Chamber. They can talk about in the streams I want to do. Please I might not answer them here, for instance, but please let me know or in the comments or something.
아니 캐리! 놈 나와!
실밥이 터졌나? 꿈을 꾸러가도.
Hey, part 2. Was this the first time we saw the bigger guys? That was fun. There's also 9-2 fast, which is current fast burn. I really like low skills. That was I remember when we first saw that one and it was sort of introducing converting burn to something else, which I thought was actually really a good idea. But they haven't really done much with that. Just leave you, I think. Something. Yeah. Oh, did I leave off? Heathcliff, who do you want to go whack? The bigger guys.
전투응대
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
Yeah, I think he said Burn has. Poor Burn. I mean, it is the speed run. It still has Glimpse of Flames to make it the speed run status. And there's a bit of sanity management. I still like the idea of burn spread to make it like good for mob cleanup, for instance, to play more into that, and it feels like it would fit well with like Leo's stuff. But it is true that it's probably the least. The sanity management thing is more to do with the IDs, not it as a status. Oh, enough for ledger, you mean? I haven't used this in a while. Okay, do that. It'll be interesting. I'll have to reevaluate this event afterward. I feel bad when there's less to say for the reruns. A lot of time I like to spend the time speculating. These aren't the most interesting fights. And when I originally did my sort of tier list. Oh, ledger domain.
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
Still a classic. We can just leave you. Everyone just.
재미는 없겠지만
when I actually put this on the tier list, I put it at I felt bad about it, but I put it second last. I was thinking certainly voice acting improves it. And at the time when I was rating it, I fully acknowledged that I was playing it sick in a different which really didn't help things. I don't know, since we... After the checkup event, for instance, if I still have to compare it to time killing time or checkup, it's not. But I feel like I can see what it's setting up a bit more now. Why we're getting modus and outer now, setting the Ano up, setting up all the distortion stuff. Did we just fight the Pekatula?
맞습니다. 여직 봐왔던 면면들과 다른 생김새요. 좀 더 심화된 듯한.
죄종의 다음 형태입니다. 사람마다 담아온 죄에 따라 죄종의 질이 달라지니 형태는 다양할 수 있습니다.
하지만 여태 이런 형태가 나타났던 적은 한 번도 없었는데요.
황금 가지를 회수함에 따라 죄종의 성장이 촉진되기도 합니다.
그 가지 뭐가 연관되지 않은 걸 찾는 게 더 빠르겠어. 생각 이상으로 어마어마한데?
아니 그러고 보니 이 죄종이라는 거 뭔가 죄를 상징하는 거였지.
Then my thoughts grow distant all of a sudden. No, the sinners grow distant while my thoughts draw nearer. Their voices grow muffled. The word sin feels oddly unfamiliar today.
자신을 잃고 원본의 모양을 상실한 모습으로 보이는구려.
Self.
뒤틀림이라는 것도 비슷한 거 아니었어?
누구는 뒤틀림이 되고 누구는 죄종이 되고 무슨 기준인 걸까요?
I think I know. Imagine the hearts of all our seeds with ever-present potential to bloom.
관리자님? 뭐라고 했어? 파우가 설명하고 있어서 겹쳐서 안 들렸는데.
계속하자면 극심한 스트레스에서 자신을 유지할 수 있게 된다면 그건 뒤틀림으로 발전하고
When the light of that day descends upon the hearts of every human, blooming the seeds buried deep within.
관리자님?
If one's devoured by their sins. They're reborn in the form of their image reflecting the dreamt by those who are nothing.
단테, 괜찮은 거?
Beep at duration's appropriate. It should be. I have my soundboard. I should have a beep option, shouldn't I? A censor option. One withstands. Yet their sins, the heart.
뭐야 시계 대가리? 갑자기 무게 잡고 뭘 중얼거리는 거야?
심각한 소리가 나는데 저분 의체머리에 무슨 문제라도.
Yet if one seeks to bear the shell of their original hearts.
대고? 그걸 말하려는 것이요?
And in a world perceived through their own, they'll be unveiled to their egos, melt into by of sin.
말투도 뭔가 저희 할아버지. 어? 관리자님, 머리.
관리자님, 머리가 불타고 계십니다.
오, 불꽃.
진짜 터질 것 같은데요?
Only those who can define their own.
야! 저러다 쟤 죽는다고! 뭐 방법이 없어?
범인도 보러!
Why are you asking Dawn? Only those who are awakened to their own.
뜨겁소. 관리자 나리의 머리에 있던 불은 뜨겁지 않아서 그저 장식이라고 생각했는데.
파우스타 씨, 그때 이야기했던 자폭 장치가 작동된 거 아니에요? 이 열기를 보면 정말 모든 걸 녹일 것처럼.
원리는 같습니다. 단테는 황금가지를 통해 본사 지하에 심어진 묘목의 뿌리와 연결된 상태로.
Subterranean.
가지고 나발이고 저 새끼 불은 꺼야 할 거 아니야!
물! 누군가 물 없어? 뭐라도 부어서 식혀보면!
Sometime later.
정신이 드는가?
My eyes, if I had eyes, that is, opened slowly. I was lying on the ground, surrounded by the sinners. What happened?
기억을 못하는 것이요?
I guess I don't? I do remember walking up the stairs and suddenly feeling really dizzy.
관리자님, 복귀하면 반드시 수리 받으십시오.
This is how we meet Yuri. A workshop? Did I malfunction or something?
무슨 기계 다루듯이 말하기는. 어차피 지금은 어떻게 할 수도 없는 것 같고.
복귀 후에 이야기 나누시죠. 우선은 활동에 지장은 없는 것 같습니다.
And where is?
이미 올라갔소. 궁금한 것도 걱정되는 것도 많지만 상황이 급하니 우리도 합류하는 게 좋겠구려.
Yeah, okay. There was a lot I didn't understand, but since we're in the middle of an operation, let's deal with this first. Yeah, I want to see June.
다들 고생했다. 부조장한텐 내가 말해둘 테니까.
Heathcliff did not like me saying that Ryoshu was
시원하게 목욕탕에 가서
MVP.
몸부터 씻자고.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, yes please.
어떤 조직 놈들인지 면면 좀 받을까?
This is a good loading screen. Yay!
이건 또 왜 고장이 나서?
I was thinking about it again. I think I mentioned when I was originally doing the tier list that I thought it was notable when like Esku did the like community whole thing, I thought it was notable that June was above both Engdu and Bamboo Hatted Kim. I thought that kind of said something about the event. And the same thing as Nikki said, my main issue with this interval was how they relegated most of Kim's backstory to Meso's subtie story. I appreciate it more now, how it clearly there's just a lot of things they want to lay down, and it's sort of hard to fit them all in. But I just come back to like how this is the guy who sort of has the most personality and people enjoyed the most. Not Kim. I mean, truthfully, yeah, he does it the meme. He did manage. Who would have thought we'd have something to rival Claim Their Bones with Rules of the Backstreets? There was a nervous-looking man on top of the stairs, on the uppermost floor of the building. I could immediately tell that this man was unlike any other foe we had faced in this building.
나는 조용한가? 가만히라도 있어줬으면 좋겠는데.
He kept looking into his pocket watch, as though he was expecting something awful to come out of that door.
저자는
흑은혜의 복장과 유사도가 높다. 관련된 인물일 가능성이 크고 종전의 인물들보다 상위 계급일 것으로 보인다.
You could say that.
그렇다면
Before I even had the chance to suggest waiting for a bit to come up with a strategy, Indu was already charging at the man.
내놈 분명 흑은혜의 부조장이랬다.
Oh, what's the track from Yakuza 0? Kuze's theme. I wanna play that. Was it like Pledge of a Demon?
뭐야?
내놈들이 그렇게 바라던 검계 수급이 지금 앞에 있다. 검을 받아라.
애들은 전부 치우고 올라왔나?
If they're Pledge of a Demon. Okay. That's still probably, if you haven't heard that track, it's where, just looking at the scene it's from, if you don't mind I guess it's not like huge spoilers, but it is like a boss spoiler, I guess. But that's still one of my favorite like boss entrances in any game.
마음 같아서는 그냥 사무실 안으로 집어던져 넣고 싶지만 안에 상품이 있는데 그럴 수도 없는 노릇이고. 아, 열받네 진짜. 상대하는 것 말고 방법이 있나? 이름이나 묻지. 나는 준이다. 네놈이 쳐부수고 올라온 것들의 부조장.
앵두, 검을 다루는 게 살수, 우두머리 김삿갓의 부하.
The hallway before the door falls silent. It is as calm as a winter dawn. The two warriors, blades drawn, begin to take cautious steps. It is as though they are attempting to gauge the distance between each other. There was a sudden flash. When I came to my senses, the pair had suddenly switched sides, facing away from each other. The outcome of this clash.
야, 뭐냐 이건? 어?
앵두 씨!
Appears to have been Indu's defeat. She fell to her knees.
아니, 뭐 제대로 시작도 안 했다. 저렇게 지쳐 있는데 잘도 달려들 생각을 하는군.
She's been fighting the Kurokuma clan henchmen on the front lines before we even had the chance to catch up. No wonder she's exhausted.
중상에서 회복한 지도 얼마 되지 않았습니다. 무리를 했군요.
너희들도 덤벼들 거냐? 이렇게 많은 인원은 아무리 나라도 좀 벅찬데.
I mean, they do explain it. But yeah, when you think about her success rate in quick succession here. The student rested his blade on his shoulder with an annoyed scowl. I could tell from his single clash against Indu that he wasn't going to go down easily. Well, I don't like that we're all ganging up against this one guy, but...
겁나게 째깍대네. 퇴사에서는 이런 시계 의체까지 돌아다니는 건가? 아, 시계. 야, 저거 맞는 시계냐?
맞겠냐? 저건 그런 용도의 시계가 아니야.
어? 그러면 뭐하러 모가지를 갈아 끼냐? 쓸모도 없네. 그럼 너희 중에 시계 갖고 있는 놈은 없냐? 이 애물단지 또 망가졌단 말이지.
The sinner's wordlessly began to surround Shun.
없어? 아, 손목도 다 비어있네. 아, 제정신이냐? 시계도 안 갖고 다닌다니.
있다고 한들 그대에게 말해줄 의리도 없네만.
짜증나게 하는구만 이것들. 어차피 뒤도 없어. 나도 이 안에 들여보내면 곤란해지는 몸이라. 빨리빨리 덤벼. 더 기운 빠지기 전에 한 놈이라도 더 쓸게.
So good. Okay, off to the races. Let's stick with pride.
아니 칼이!
Okay. Oh, prepared. Let me check everybody's resistances as well. Not that I can really control it, but... Oh, oh! Thank you, the levels paid off!
좀 더 잘 될 수 있을 것 같은데요?
Just quickly... Under...
싸울 때 말 걸지 말라니까. 뭐야?
할 말이 남았나요?
Effective...
가면
Fatal...
꽤 떨어졌나?
왔나요?
Fatal...
단테님?
나대지 말고 내
Fatal, okay.
뒤에 서 있어. 준.
Have to be a bit mindful, but it's not much we can do.
재미는 없겠지만
나가서 싸워.
그렇게 할게요.
뒤는 내가 봐주지.
40.
저는 좋은 줄도 몰랐네.
놈 나와!
저는 좋은 줄도 몰랐네.
바닥 터졌나?
Hey, and I gotta remember to actually check how his skills changed. I haven't really been doing that. I assume they haven't much here. Okay, we'll just get your... Actually, we could throw this out now. Get that up and going. Hey, you rolled heads.
원망도 미침도 소용이 없었으니 그저 무언가를 잡으려 애썼을 뿐.
That was 99. I haven't really been using much ego.
흙을 마실까?
Are you willing to overclock that ego? Not here. Let's save those. Actually, it's coming up. Okay.
전투응대에 나선다.
I want to save the breakables.
되는 건 즐겁네요.
Mushroom would be nice to get. Oh, Ishmael. There he is. Okay, let's see. Hey, shout! I don't actually remember the difference, but there you go. Rules of Backstreets. Bleed, 10% damage, 4 bleed, plus 1 bleed count. Can we have your bleed count? Flash fragility, bleed. 5 plus bleed, coin power. Paralyze, 8 bleed, 3 bleed. Apply, okay, sharp edge is scary. Apply 2 slash damage up to all allies, includes this unit. Gain 2 slash power up. That one's... have to be mindful of that. Sky clearing cut. Main target has 5 plus bleed, attack plate plus 1. If this unit will use 4 plus attacks this turn, final power plus 5. All allies heal 15 SP if the target has 7 plus bleed, deal 30% more damage, inflict bleed, bleed. If target is 7 plus bleeds, deal 50% more damage, inflict 10 plus bleed count. Those are the Backstreets. There we go. Add 1 more coin for every surviving other ally, max 3. Okay, on hit, 2 bleed, plus 2 bleed count. All allies heal 20 SP. I don't even... And he has a lot of HP. I remember that from Refraction Railway as well. He was surprisingly tanky. Brittle Stab, plus 1 more bleed. When an attack skill inflicts bleeds. Slash skills, final power. Clean up. Gain 1 skill slots. What do I have in terms of ego? Might be fun. Look. Be better to clash with, but let's... Are you... is this... gain highest resonance? Okay, it's not... not absolute resonance. One of these... hopeless. Okay. So maybe not. Dominating. Struggling. Particular slash. Let's... oh, right. This one moved it. Okay. It's near paralyzed. This one's also a target rearmost unit. Here slash. Ishmael. You're ineffective. And then that's being... then you would get the counter, but you are fatal. Okay, I think it's better for... oh, you're gonna get it anyway. Let's see, let's see. Oh yeah, Senora! No, that does give less fragility. Save that. Oh, wait, that's on the wrong one. Oops. Let's just see where this gets us.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지. 꿈을 꾸러 가.
Russian machine gunning.
되는 건 즐겁네요.
Okay, nice. There goes his SP. It's only uptight too, but it's not. I forgot I had like extra less fragility on this. That was 34 damage. Okay.
우리 식구를 건드렸겠다.
Oh, nice Ishmael. Hey, not bad. Put that up. The lust again, then hopefully.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
Should be okay.
무불사위.
우리 식구를 건드렸겠다.
Hey, you're managing. Yeah, I'm glad you had such a nice evade. I don't know if we'll ever get an evade as good as Muller Ishmael again, but a good evade is such a valuable thing. Well, too bad that wasn't her skill 3, but that wasn't too bad.
이제 대화를 좀 해보지.
Limbus seemed to have recovered somewhat as we fought. He bound Jun with a rope before throwing him to the ground. Probably might actually be worth it for... Give the extra uptie to Yashin Yada. Because she's gonna be on a bleed team anyway. And has less fragility.
고작 부조장이 우리에게 내려진 현상 수배의 이유를 알 거라 생각하진 않는다. 하지만 마치 보호라도 하듯이 우두께서 있는 곳에 문을 막고 있는 연유를 알 수가 없군. 내 놈만이 아니지. 이 건물에 있던 후군의 놈들 전부가 위로 올라가는 걸 필사적으로 막고 싫어했지.
아니 그러니까 피해자는 우리라고.
무슨 의미인가?
이거 진짜 짜증나네. 애초에 우리는 너희를 추적하거나 배는 일하고 상관이 없었어.
With some of these, it makes me wish we had CGs for them more. If not a hurt sprite, I think sprite of like, or a CG of her like standing over him with their sword pointed at him would be really good here. Same with like the little standoff they did.
엄지에 현상금 걸린 조직이나 단체들이 한둘도 아니고 얻어 걸린 김이었다는 거지. 그냥 우리는 엄지에서 내려온 명령에 따라서 여기에 있는 검은색 비석을 지키고 있었을 뿐이다. 곧 다른 곳으로 배달해야 하는 상황이라 가뜩이나 민감한 시기. 너희 검개놈들이 나타났다. 갑자기.
나타났다? 그런가? 우두께서는 이곳에서 깨어나신 건가?
너 뭔가 아는 거냐? 애초에 사람이 어디서 그렇게 툭 튀어나올 수 있나? 특이점이라도 쓴 줄 알았는데. 그리고 애초에 너희가 이길 싸움도 아니었어.
I think they didn't expect Jun to be so popular and venerable. That's fair. That is fair.
우리는 수적으로 훨씬 유리했다.
그랬겠지.
검개놈들 중에 멀쩡히 싸울 놈이 3명쯤 남았을 때까지만 해도 문제가 전혀 없었어.
Well, now they gotta bring him back.
그런데 갑자기 그 대장놈의 눈이 희번덕거리더니 짜증나지만 그놈이 주변에 있는 걸 전부 썰어버렸다. 도륙이라고 말하는 게 맞겠지.
뭐? 그럼
그래. 검개고 오리고 주변에 있으면 전부 죽여버렸단 말이다. 그러니 뭘 어떻게 할 수 있겠냐. 나는 부조장으로서 애들이 죽는 걸 막아야 했고, 결국 내가 문을 막고 아래 애들을 배치하는 수밖에.
Probably pretty dead. No.
이게 뭐냐 대체. 곧 약속한 배달 시간이 다가오는데 손가락 한두 개로 끝날 사안이 아니잖아. 젠장.
Oh. Andu struck the back of Jin's neck with a swift precision and dropped him to the floor. I mean, if they have Kim, can he? I've seen the fan art where Jin also joins Limbus company. I mean, they saw popular. I wonder they saw how popular it was. Now he has a voice and an announcer.
앵두군 이미 생포 환자를. 이 안에 들어서려 하면 귀찮게 굴 것 같아 잠재웠을 뿐. 나는 후드를 만나야겠어.
얘기하는 거 못 들었어? 주변에 보이는 건 죄다 썰고 있다며.
그럴 리 없어. 단테, 이야기를 종합해보면
Yeah, I agree. There's a powerful aura coming from behind that door. I can sense it. Indu's hands tremble as they wrap around the doorknob.
전투를 준비하지.
작가님이 그럴 리 없단 말이야!
She slammed the door open, only to come face to face with a distortion. Do you remember when this trailer dropped? We just got the hint of distorted bamboo-hatted Kim. I mean, I get excited for every trailer, but I feel like that's one of the most exciting little glimpses we've seen. Also, seeing the blood bags in the Murder on the Warp Express was like, oh, that's interesting. Little did we know. No, the plant. That one in the other corner is okay.
카니발 그 자체를 대표할 만한 퍼레이드였어.
They got a fancy one.
주인공 의상이 오늘따라 한층 더 돋보이는.
He's improving.
누구 작품이겠나?
I think we'll stick with this. Up to 4 level 50. No Tet Ego. Yeah. Maybe we can try and actually build up the lead a little bit. Speaking of Honglu and Ego. Whoa. I'm excited to hear his voice. I've also been, we can talk about this later as well. I've been trying to think about Battle Pass Ego for Kanto 8. To be fair, I couldn't really think of any until we got more of the Dawn reveals, but nothing. I wonder if Honglu will get, like Ishmael got a new one, might get a original one.
어찌 된 것입니까? 후드. 이건 우두의 검술 아닙니까? 이상은하며 이들을 우리의 친우를 해야 한단 말입니까?
말이 통하지 않을 것 같군.
Pitch black flames lingered behind this man she called Bamboo Hatted Kim, her mentor. KK, Kirikumo Grammar is living up to his potential. It's okay. I'm sure in this fight, plus coin drop will come in clutch. Something had devoured him. There's something in his eyes. Fiendish malevolence. I could definitely sense it. This was a distortion.
그리 짐승처럼 울고만 있지 말고 말을 하라는 겁니다. 말을!
야! 다가가면!
The distortion unsheathed its blade in the blink of an eye. It sensed that something had entered its range.
그 형제 죽이겠다는.
피하세요!
As Endu stood there confused, Sinclair urgently hurled himself in her direction, and in that brief moment, the distortion's blade descended upon them, as though it bisected. It's afraid I'm showing up in the background, sorry. My sister has her. I wasn't sure that was showing up. She really likes to come in the opportune moments. Oh. Wait a minute. The dog. I did tell them it's her birthday tomorrow. Distracted me. As Endu stood there confused, Sinclair urgently hurled himself in her direction, and in that brief moment, the distortion's blade descended upon them, as though it bisected the very space they inhabited.
이미 싱클레어 군도 범위 안에 들어갔구려.
We have no choice but to suppress it. We tensed up, sensing the changing atmosphere. We slowly raised our weapons. A yin-yang aberration. I like that. Is that... I really like that ego suit. Where are these? Okay, we're just checking speed. Okay, here we go. Distorting Bamboo Hatted Kim. Oh, the sword, poise, 3 bleed count, 3 bleed count, paralyzer, poise, bleed count, damage up, bleed, paralyze, paralyze, clash wind, poise, poise, bleed, slash damage up, slash resist down, okay. Evade. This unit's panic type does not change. Not much resentment, not much going on here. And... what are you doing? Okay. So let's actually do what you're... Yeah. Start by getting these ready. Honglu. This can be your job. Now. Remember not to paralyze him. Hey, nice job. Less nice job. Whistles. So I would like to clash. You do that one. Heath will do a clashable counter. Play overthrow. take on overthrow. Oh, these are unbreakables. Okay. There we go. Plus 8 points came with unbreakable coin. If this coin is cracked, lose 10 final power. Okay. Poise, bleed, slash, damage up. This one's not slash power. Scary, final coin on hit without cracking. Okay, this is nice to have. 5 bleed, paralyze, plus 3 bleed count, evade. Have fun, Greg. Taking that one. Actually, maybe. That's probably better. No, we won't have a... Better if you had more bleed.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
I don't think this I need to overthink this version. Good job. Now both of you. Good, got rid of the bleed, so this will almost stagger. Okay. Time you. Oh yeah, the growing resentment. This is the thing I have no memory of how this even works. When the student has a relevant buff, gain growing resentment equal to damage taken, expires at turn end. X equals damage dealt by skill that activated the counter. Fix panic. We can just. And then how close? Very close. Thank you so much, Vetters. Probably. I could probably just go in and not clash, but those that get nervous. Yeah. And now let's see what we can do about bleed. It's not a huge amount. Should save that actually.
재미는 없겠지만 그렇게 할게요.
Oh yeah, the difference between this one doing in the dungeon is here you don't have the ego resources. We're close enough. Here we go. Claim their bones. The red coins. I think we're all expecting this. The shield isn't fully depleted. Clash power plus 5. Unbreakable coin if this coin is cracked. Lose 20 final power. Without cracking is slash resist down. 20 final power. 100% damage on critical hit. Crack, 20 final power. If shield isn't fully depleted, divide growing resentment. Attacked by attack weight and inflicted fixed down. Oh! If shield isn't fully depleted, divide growing resentment value 0 by attack weight and inflicted as fixed damage. That's interesting. Yield my flesh. Gain X growing resentment next turn. her speeds. Oh yeah, okay. And then how far are we? We're just about 100. Oh, and you're also gonna get the shield though. To another NB. Or actually, if I do this, was there any? Okay. Oh wait, wrong one. Bring there. Ineffective. Forgot about that part. Because I don't think you're using much less beforehand, but okay.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
She took care of it herself. Yeah, that's nice. And there we go. No bones claiming. Not today.
다들 고생했다. 부조장한텐 내가 말해둘 테니까.
I thought she might have.
뜨끈하게 목욕탕에 가서
Wait,
몸부터
Gregor.
씻자고.
Oh. And here we go. Okay. Bamboo Hattikin. Always a cool sound effect. Bamboo Hattikin kneeled and caught his breath. Something began to shimmer behind him.
심상 거울 던전입니다.
봉이 치킨 때랑 같은 곳이다 그거지.
봉이 치킨이요, 봉이.
이미 들어갔군.
저거 따라가야겠지.
Yeah, we were ordered to secure the distortion as well, so... An immense heavy sensation emanates from within that space. That monolith has to be somewhere in there too. While she was clearly dumbfounded by the turn of events, I could tell that she was determined to see this to the end. I mean, nothing more to add.
진입하겠습니다.
이건
S사의 모습이구려.
단순한 S사가 아니지. 심상이라 했나? 김 작가님의 기억이 영향을 끼치는 것 같군.
알고 있는 것이 있는가?
아니, 자세히는 모르지. 주워 듣기만 한 이야기로 그분의 과거를 읊을 자격은 내게 없기도 하고.
And you continued in a morose tone.
이 빌딩에 갑작스럽게 등장하셨을 때 아마 우두께선 별탈 없이 흑운회를 베어 넘기고 계셨겠지. 우두와 함께 다니던 인물들 모두가 뛰어났고 아무리 흑운회 같은 규모가 큰 조직이라 해도 간부가 아니고서는 조직원의 수가 많았어도 조끼 백은 혼자서 쓸어 담을 능력이 있으니. 하지만 주변인 모두가 김 작가님만한 강함이 있는가 하면 그건 또 아니지. 그분과 우리는 하늘과 땅만한 차이가 있으니 끊임없이 몰려드는 흑운의 놈들에게 친구들이 하나하나 당해갔을 것이오. 그 모습은 제법 과거와 비슷한 구석이 있었으리라 생각이 드는군. 김 작가님은 그 장면에 마음의 동요를 크게 일으켰을 테고. 뒤틀림이 일어나기 좋은 조건이군요. 모노리스의 영향이 스며들기도 좋은 환경입니다. 그렇게 건기가 되신 것인가? 그렇다더라도 어떻게 그런 짓을...
We remained wordless in advance as Aindu despondently muttered to herself. It was all silent save for the sound of our shoes lightly pressing into the soft soil beneath our feet. Yeah, someone else brought this up, but I wonder how this event would hit for people who hadn't played Ruina. Oh, I'll take you. Wound Claret would be nice, but good to get this. Refresh once to see if we get Wound Claret and... Wound Claret. Yes, okay. And then... Can't borrow, which I feel bad for, because this is sort of one of the... Rambuad Kim seems to be for newer players. A bit of a roadblock. It would be nice to let them borrow for this. Don't want to do anything... We could always use our own blade lineage. Bring you in case we decided to actually want to use bleed. I think we'll do that. And I think we will be okay for like bleed count and such. We'll just use you for the passive. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I hate it when they're together. I want to hit as many of the question marks as I can. Seems to be mostly top row. Okie dokie. So we will want to go avoid that. Go back up. Okay. So we can get 3, because it'd be nice to get a cool gift. I don't know if you can get the new ones though. Oh, I've changed my display name to be in line with... Yeah, sorry, I've been to ask if you preferred Pilsening or my Senning. Okie dokie. Pills. Unless it's Pilsening. Please let me know. Yes. We don't want you. Could be a backup, but I think we'll be okay. We can bring Faust out if we feel like we want like fluid sac or something. Like pills, yeah, okay, good.
카니발 타임.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐줄게.
Can you get the... Did they add like the new Mirror Dungeon Kurkumo stuff to this? Fathoms? Yeah, okay. It'll be nice to... I would like to see if we could find those, but no guarantee. Yeah, been cleared already. Doing its thing. Yeah, you need, it's 3 Kurokuma, I believe. So we can still use it.
흙을 마실걸?
꿈을 꾸러 가.
못 쳐주게!
Bonk.
영원한 잠으로 인도하지.
Slashing! Good. I mean, I guess then the thing is, hope we can beat these. Oh yeah, everyone's like pretty boosted. Just checking. Rested health.
시킬 사람이 없어서.
Nice. Okay, nice as well. Get our bleed ego gift. Ink over. Here we go.
시킬 사람이 없어서.
Now we'll pop down and just avoid that just in case. We'll probably be fine, but
카니발 타임.
I'm not gonna take unnecessary risks.
된다면 사활을
갑니다.
Can you just check will we have enough? Upgrade when clear twice. What do we need? Like 50 or something? Off you go. Gonna lose the bleed count here, but
40.
she's so cool.
40. 이 정도로 나와 겁을 맞대?
Oh, wasn't in one of the like patch notes she was supposed to have a line somewhere? I didn't know if it was meant to be like against, maybe it's against Kim. Oh yeah, we're fine for cost.
파우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
We'll make sure. Was there an intent? There was something about in one of the one of the patch notes was saying that there's a line that wasn't working. Oh. There's a line that was intended to play and it wasn't, but I don't know if that was fixed or where it was meant to be.
된다면 사활을
I wonder if I'll see Sayo again. I wonder. I would like to see more Kurokumo. I mean, both these factions are really cool. I don't imagine for a while, unless you like change careers. Okay, we'll just leave you two for a moment. That actually.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
I don't think. I mean, like original Kurokumo, we didn't. There wasn't a whole lot to their characters.
개인줄도 알았네.
전부 쳐주게!
It would be interesting because the thing was she had a lot of pride, didn't she? So being forced into like maybe a different career. I don't know what the... If should be... Expecting, it'd be funny for more X-Lore guests to show up in Limbus. Yeah, of all the... I don't know how likely Philip is since we got, like, Philip Sinclair. But I'm really fascinated by his situation with the possibility that only, like, part of him is around. I've talked about before, he's like one of my biggest curiosities. I feel like Zhao is not if, but when. Yeah, 2/3 of Philip. Like, what does it mean to have, like, 2/3? I mean, you have to, like... And also, it's sort of like the cowardly part that ran away, so what... What does that mean for him? I mean, I wouldn't mind... Get fully go fill up.
나와!
But also, I'm always happy to see new factions. I don't want to, like, overuse. I don't know how well, like... yeah, ex-library victims, how well... they hit for new players. Because you have to establish them enough that players who aren't familiar with them are gonna like them, and that's sort of, and then you don't really want to retread it too much for the veterans. They are the civilians.
왔냐? 와카슈쯤 되시면 이런 건 식은 죽 먹기지.
We're the Blade lineage. Alright, Kim. Hey, not the most exciting. Okay. Oh. Old UI. Ooh. What think we need? Need hardware. I don't think we were actually... I think we're okay. We'll just fuse the other one. An upgrade. Yeah, it's weird to see this again. Here's our infinite bleed. And... Sublimity. Sublimity. Counter start activates when there are 3 or more Kurakumo clan identities. All allies gain slash power up and deal 30% more slash damage. Kurakumo deals damage, like an additional 4 bleed potency and +4 bleed count. Thank you. And then, yeah. Imagine. I think we're okay for bleed.
착수.
So that thing behind him is...
모노리스입니다. 김삿갓에게 힘을 부여한 시점에서 이미 심상 안에 숨어들었던 것이군요. 이 저택은 분명 S사를 떠나기 전 마지막으로 맡으셨던 호위 임무의 대상이 살던 집인데... 삼생의 기억이 우두의 발목을 부여잡고 있던 것입니까? 하지만 그렇다 한들 진우
Tears begin to well in Indu's eyes. Again, something murmurs in my head. Is this bamboo-hatted Kim's past? A somber voice, drenched with woe, echoes in my head.
명예라는 것을 가졌던 때가 잠시 있었다.
It's a cool voice.
청렴한 권리 앞에는 누구나 악한 마음을 갖고 다가가는 자가 있었고 그 마술을 나의 검으로 뿌리친다는 호위무사라는 일감이 나에겐 제법 명예로운 일이었으니 하지만 그저 청렴하기만 했던 인물은 언제나 세간의 먹잇감이 될 뿐이고 이미 타락할 대로 타락한 탐관오리들의 마술을 막아내기에 나는 역부족일 뿐이었다. 결국 부러진 마음을 끌어안고 동료들과 함께 SSR을 떠날 수밖에. 임무를 완수하지 못한 나의 명예는 그곳에 함께 두고 왔다. 있을 곳을 잃고 이곳저곳을 돌아다니며 지치는 나의 동료들과 나를 믿고 떠나온 이들의 신뢰도 조금씩 떨어지고 나 역시도 스스로에 대한 신뢰를 잃어만 갔다. 나는 달아만 갔다. 이미 임무를 완수하지 못한 내가 정말 이들을 이끌 수는 있는 걸까? 적어도 안정된 삶을 살 수 있게 도우지 않으면. 하지만 그런 마음으로 얻은 초대장은 도리어 모두를 죽음에 이르게 만들게 되었고 나는 결국 임무도 명예도 친우도 모두 잃고 또다시 그때와 같은 모습을 재현하고.
The voice continued to murmur, but it had devolved into nothing but a low growl, a quiet and incoherent rumbling. I can't help but feel a bit of sympathy at his suffocatingly painful past. But that's exactly why we have to face him, free him from this distortion. Guys, we're putting an end to this. Right here, right now.
네, 이 이후는 없겠다는 느낌이 강하게 드는군요.
Indu has grown far too agitated to function properly in this battle. It's all up to us now. Okay. Oh. You okay? Otis, not great speeds here. Might actually be this might actually be the time to mess with that. When taking sinking damage, gain 1 defense level down next turn. Was this always here? Oh, Bob 5. Oh, SU, yeah, Superbia. Fix Panic. I don't know if this was to help people that were going into it with sinking teams. So I know that was the big problem before with people that had mostly sinking teams.
전투응대에 나선다.
Just get the bleed stacks going. we give another turn or two. Ishmael, skill 3. 4. Okay. We can also stick to offset duty. Take that off of him. You'll just take that. Let's save that for another turn. I want to build up the bleed. I want a good payoff for that. It is a stagger. It'll save. Okay. Yeah, you can use that. It rolls the Backstreets if we want to have some fun. Although he might just like impale himself next turn with the 99 bleed. I'd like Ishmael to be fast enough that we could get it off. Oh, we're not even getting. There's Yield My Flesh. You do one of these. I want to pose. That's okay. I think we pretty much got this.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
살을 내어주지만.
Yeah, don't kill him. Oh, he's not gonna get it off. Okay, I didn't even see rules with the Backstreets. I mean, Yield My Flesh to claim their bones. No bones claiming today. But Wound Clarid upgraded is a bit silly. The dungeon. After a grueling battle, and as we finally managed to drag bamboo-hatted Kim to his knees. Like a mirage, the Fathoms of Ego began to fall apart. The monolith had already left the Fathoms of Ego and was back at the center of the office. Just as the office began to resemble the one we had walked into, the radio I carried began to buzz again.
아, 들리지? 들리면 째떡해줘.
I remember this line. TikTok.
힘든 싸움이 끝난 지 얼마나 됐다고. 잘도 그런 농담이 나오네요, 단테.
Maybe a bit more than barely. Give yourself more credit, Ishmael. Well, she asked me to.
좋아, 이제 진짜 시간이 얼마 안 남았어. 모노리스가 잠시 안정화된 것 같으니까 그걸 잠그는 방법을 말해줄게. 늦으면 그 뒤틀린 환상체가 되어버리니 정화, 신속, 알겠지?
엄청 무서운 상황 같은데 말이 참 가벼운 양반이구만.
Yeah, it's great. I followed the radio's instructions and reached out to the monolith with my palms. Oh, some light came out of it when I reached out with my fingers. The voice coming from the radio was pretty nonchalant about all this. It almost sounded like she could see exactly what I was looking at.
거기서 아래로 쭉. 이제 왼쪽으로 천천히 움직여.
I couldn't help but wonder if I was doing this right, but I still followed her directions and drew a trail of light with my hands over the monolith. The shimmering black tendrils began to withdraw from bamboo-hatted Kim's body. Maybe the distortion is withdrawing too?
좋아, 수치는 안정범위로 돌아왔어요, 탐정님. 자꾸 탐정님이라고 하네. 옛날 호칭이 입에 붙어가지고.
Sounds like she's reporting to someone else on the other side of this communication. I remember when we got the reveal last time. I think I peeked the mic. I screamed, but then my noise gate blocked it. I don't even think we can hear me scream.
잘해줬어, 버스 친구들. 곧 LC가 거기로 갈 거니까 조금만 기다려.
LCA? Not that rude after team lady from earlier?
자, 아무튼 지금까지 LCD 소속 뒤틀림 전담반 에즈라였습니다. 교신 끝.
Please come back soon. The radio shut off before any of us had the chance to say anything again. And not 5 seconds later.
어머, 뭐가 이렇게 우르르 들어와?
LCA 특수작전팀이군요.
Oh wow. Right, the item is... Cool. Well, looks like our job is done here. I didn't even have to say anything, not that they could hear me anyway, before the uniformed troops marched in and started attaching various tools to the monolith.
저게 뭔 소리냐?
아, 그를 말하는 것이라면 모노리스의 옆에...
오라! 어디에 가셨는가?
약 3분 전 앵도라는 자가 소파 뒤로 끌고 가는 것을 목격했다.
Didn't I ask you to tell us if you noticed something important going on in the background?
동일한 상황이 다시 오면 보고하도록 하겠습니다.
That's when I noticed that the LCA agents were growing visibly uneasy. And when that agent ran over and kicked over the sofa. Kicking over a sofa. They're heavy.
앵두양.
It was Engdu, her arms tightly wrapped around bamboo-hatted Kim. Her hand, holding a blade that dug deep into her mentor's flesh.
당신이 얼마나 아픈 과거를 가졌는지 내가 소상히 알 수는 없지요. 하지만 그것이 진우를 베어넘긴 응당의 이유가 될 수는 없지 않습니까?
앵두양, 그는 제정신이 아니지 않았는가?
아기가 되어 자신을 잃었다면 그 역시 내 손으로 끝을 내야. 아니야. 사실 전부 변명밖에 되지 않아. 애초에 우두가 초대장이니 뭐니 하는 이상한 것을 들고 오지 않았더라면, 애초에 에스사에서 도망 나오게 된 원인이 되지 않았더라면, 그래요. 그대의 목소리가 이제 좀 선명해.
기원이 접근 개체의 비틀림 확인. 주장, 모노리스 재활성화 1차 단계 돌입.
You can't just let her be. She's going to distort. Meso, knock Miss Endu out. Sorry, I still can't believe. I still can't believe they did this. Okay, excuse me. Meso, knock Miss Endu out. Meso struck Endu hard before the LCA agents even had a chance to do anything.
안정. 접근 개체의 실신으로 비틀림화 해제. T2101 사상 확인. 치명적인 위치는 아니므로 회수 및 회복에 문제 없음.
명령대로 처리했습니다.
how powerful Carmen has to institute an anti-Merceau field. Thank you.
내가 지금 뭘 본 거야?
Was that caused by the monolith's influence too?
그렇다고 볼 수 있죠. 모노리스는 제대로 봉인했지만 남은 영향력이 파고들었던 것 같습니다.
저기 거기서 수치가 확 튀어 올랐었는데?
The radio began buzzing all on its own again.
이제 내가 LCD의 모델을 잇겠다.
Okay.
교수, 말씀하십시오.
LC구나. 저는 LCD의 에즈라.
인지, 상황을 설명하겠습니다.
나도 말 끊을 거야. 나도 상황 다 알아먹었거든. 거기 2명 다 있죠? 그냥 우리 쪽으로 2분 다 데려오세요.
불가, 작전상 회수 대상은
딱딱하게 굴지 말고.
무려 이미 모노리스 자체도 제어하기 어려운 대상입니다.
저희 탐정님, 아니 LCD 팀장님이 다 책임진다고 했어요. 애초에 그 모노리스 저랑 탐정님이 회수해왔던 거랑 똑같은 물건이라고요. 그리고 둘 다 도서관의 생환자고 둘 다 뒤틀림이 되다가 풀려난 것도 뒤틀림 실적에 분명히 도움될걸요?
Definitely help us with our records. I wonder. There's in the little preview for the sweeper event, there's a figure that's quite possibly bamboo-hatted Kim. I wonder. Especially after getting that little bit from Do is really interesting. I would like to see. I'd like to see an ending to that.
뭐야? 그러면 얘네 뭐 끌려가서 인체 실험 뭐 그런 거 당하는 거 아니야?
요즘 T사에서 사람들이 잡혀간다느니 하는 워낙 흉흉한 소문이 많은 건 아는데 그런 실종 사건이랑 우리가 하는 일이랑 붙여서 생각하지는 말아줬으면 좋겠는걸?
Are we kidnapping them for some dodgy human experiments or something? That's what Kathy did.
그리고 어차피 뒤틀림이 진행되어봐야 죽을 뿐이고 이대로 두고 가면 흑운애나 엄지가 들이닥칠지 어떻게 알아?
그것도 그렇긴 하네.
아무튼 둘 다 데려오세요.
일단 회수 조치하겠습니다.
The call dropped. The agents swarmed around the pair, found them, and disappeared out the door. All of it was done in one fluid practice motion. I don't know when it happened, but they'd already retrieved the monolith when the LC agent picked up the LCD's call.
그럼 이제 상황 종료인가?
I guess so.
경고. 관리자는 빠른 철수를 요청합니다. 곧 엄지가 상황을 파악하고 이곳을 향할 테니.
중지 다음엔 엄지인가? 그 꼰대들이 어떤 낯짝을 지을지 궁금하군.
Oh, speaking of the thumb, I had this thought after the last event, with the checkup event, where we sort of established that Dawn's the strongest. And I was remembering that moment, I don't remember the exact details in the Distortion Detective, where they're with the thumb for reasons. I won't go too deep into it, and they have to have like Vespa lead before he sort of defers to Moses, because he's the highest ranked thing. And then I had the imagery of, I don't know if like their strength would work in the same way as like fixer ranks, but Dawn having to lead a conversation with the thumb before it gets handed over to someone else.
그럴 일을 만들지 말라고 경고하는 거 아닌가요?
이미 작전을 수행한 시점에서 림버스 컴퍼니는 엄지와 접대할 수밖에 없습니다.
그렇겠네요. 시간이 걸릴 뿐 진상을 파악할 수밖에 없겠죠. 괜찮은 건가요? 이렇게 엄지까지 건드려도.
무관. 어차피 림버스 컴퍼니는 적을 친구로, 친구를 적으로 두는 형국입니다. 지체, 먼저 표출하겠습니다.
With that cryptic message, the LCA agent quickly withdrew from the scene. He knows something, but won't tell us what it is. At least that was the impression I got from the way he spoke. He came to meet so many departments of the company in such quick succession. The LCA, the LCD, and the LCCA. An old question arose once again. Something I'd forgotten as we kept ourselves busy with the missions we've carried out so far. I really don't know much about this company I'm working for. And there's this mysterious Herman and the equally puzzling Damien. Maybe, in the grand scheme of things, I really don't know anything. Maybe what I know amounts to nothing more than a pinch of knowledge available to the powers that be. I thought we were pretty deep in our journey, but I was starting to feel that, in the far future, if I were to look back on the records of this journey, we wouldn't even be 10 pages into the book. I began walking back to the bus with the sinners, my head further mired in confusion.
그 짧은 시간에 별별 사람 다 만나본 것만 같은 기분이 들어.
그래도 저는 이 회사가 어떻게 돌아가고 있었는지는 대강 알 수 있어서 좋았던 것 같네요.
Once we returned to the bus, the sinners each began chattering away about what had just happened.
앵두 씨나 김 작가님은 앞으로 어떻게 되시는 걸까요?
우리가 알 수 있는 일은 아니다. 같은 회사의 부서라곤 하지만 실제로 우리가 알 수 있는 건 에즈라라는 사람의 목소리뿐 아니었나.
그러다면 설마 정말로 생체실...
그런 게 그렇게 쉽게 시작되진 않아. 그 사람도 그냥 소문은 소문일 뿐이라고 했잖아.
Gregor furrowed his brows, as though some unpleasant memories of the past began flooding in. He dug into his pockets for a cigarette. There's LCD, but LCA just seems really out of place, even when compared to other departments. It's like they're from a completely different company. As we made our way back to the bus, I slowly began to organize my thoughts and everything that's happened. I did know that it wasn't the most productive thing for me to do. Faust, you're not going to answer any of my questions, are you?
죄송합니다. LCB 부서 외의 내용을 언급하는 것은 지금으로선 힘들겠습니다.
관리자나 수감자나 조급함이 없으면 아무래도 이 버스에 탑승할 자격이 없는 것만 같군.
Regilius sighed as he muttered, "You must have seen me burying my clock head in my palms."
당신의 여정 속에는 반드시 의문에 대한 해답이 있습니다, 단테. 어차피 따라가다 보면 마주할 것을 빨리 들춰낼 필요가 있습니까? 그리고
Regilius's gaze fixed for a brief moment, slightly above my head. I wonder if he's looking at my flame.
아닙니다. 어쩌면 나도 점점 조급함이라는 것에 물들어가는 걸지도.
Sorry. Regilius scoffed, muttered something incomprehensible to himself, and turned away from me. It was clear that he had no intention of continuing this exchange.
출발하지, 카론.
기다렸어. 부릉부릉 시간. 목표는 T사의 유명한 언덕.
So, the bus took off once again, sometimes bustling, sometimes dead silent.
다들 고생했다. 부조장한텐 내가 말해둘 테니까 뒤처리 끝나면 뜨끈하게 목욕탕에 가서 몸부터 씻자고.
Good job, Heath. Rip. Was he last every single fight? Poor Gregor. I was quite excited to use this unit because I always liked his. Grab these. It's really nice how generous they are with the hard mode. Like, I think I got Heath from doing like mirror dungeon runs. But sounds like you'll get enough to get him just normally playing the story, not even finishing it, which is really nice. Makes it super quick. We are a long way from the bongy mines. But given, I think it would be nice to allow players to borrow a unit for here, just because I see so many people getting stuck on bamboo-added cam. And even just like, I think like Blade Lineage Mentor would make a difference for some. Yes, the crab mines. I wouldn't. At this point, it's one of the banners. This is my secret. This is my secret. I'm missing a banner from the sea event. The crab mines were not a good time. I wouldn't mind a chance to get that again, but they didn't have the most exciting banners. Let's see. Reevaluating. Obviously, voice acting makes a huge difference, and I'm so glad that we're getting these reruns. I mean, not just being able to fill out the roster like this is so exciting. Just thinking about them. Yeah, are so excited to be able to get these Rally 2 banner. Oh. That was, I like did one run of Royal Way 2 and then never again. But yeah, being able to flesh out these factions. I know they said they wanted to do mostly ego, but it was so time to get the last 2 Kurakumo units. It's just perfect opportunity, and it's fun to it gives the opportunity to do it a completely different team. But of course did Blade Lineage the first time round. Fun to see all the music again, even if I don't think the fights are the main Kurakumo fights are that interesting. But yeah, I don't know how much I'd like. It's interesting coming back to this. Because I could see how much they're setting up the monoliths, setting up getting Ezra and Moses, setting them up to get up their appearance in Canto 7. But taking all that time to introduce like all the different like Limbus company departments, I don't know. I don't think it was good for like the characters. As was said, you end up getting like a lot of like Bamboo-added Kim's backstory comes from Merceau, from this units of Tai Story. And I don't, yeah. And again, it really says something to me that Jun, who's around for one chapter, people seem to like more. And when Bamboo-added Kim is such a hyped character. Even if, yeah, just a few like story beats in the dungeon would have been nice. Also to expand on Indu a little bit as well. It feels like the biggest. But again, when I see how much they're trying to balance, I can't really blame them when they're trying to fit so much in like such a limited story. But like it takes what? Like half the chapters just get to the building. And then you're trying to fit pretty significant climax in into just these two. Just some story beats in the dungeon, I think would have made a big difference. So I don't know. And then again, I'm coming back to this right on the heels of Checkup Event, which of course is one of my favorites now. In terms of boss fights, of course, we got through them. I think also in my original playthrough as well, they went pretty smoothly. I can see how they're really challenging for new players. I think they're... I guess it is sort of the DPS race thing, which isn't necessarily fair if you can't meet it. But it's cool moves, cool animations, really great presence. And I hadn't thought about it as much as... I don't know how well these events hit for people who aren't familiar with Ruina, because again, you have to introduce not just Bamboo-Hatted Kim, but I think this is our first big introduction to like the syndicates and the sort of turf war aspect that's going on. We have T-Corp going on in the background. Barely any talk about T-Corp really. Can't say there's a lot from our characters. It's more like Dante focused. Dark Cloud, Bamboo-Hatted Kim, Twister 20 Backstreets. Oh, I guess Isang got a bit of not necessarily development, but chance to stand out. But yeah, I have to throw out. Get an introduction to the Kurokuma Blade lineage, and then the effects of being spat out by the library again. And obviously we had the huge hype because the Bamboo-Hatted Kim was such a mystery in Ruina, but was so cool and so useful. You're probably using him a ton. I know I did. But yeah, Merset was pretty memorable. That's true. That's a standout moment. So I was wondering if going back, it was fun to notice things that I don't think I really remembered. Lots of little moments. As there was highlight. Yes, as Tenchi Zero said, Didi Grasso were. But I don't know if I'd like hugely move it up. Maybe out of the lower. I don't know, we'll see. It's not that I don't think everything deserves to be at certain tiers. When I do the tier list, I just don't like it if so many things are just in the same tier, but it's hard because it's good. It's not bad. What's the next game after Slay the Princess? Outer Wilds, yes. I was looking at maybe doing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Next week. But yeah, let's get more chill music. Those are my main things. I'm sorry it was, as I said earlier, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm still right at the edge of this cold. I wasn't the most talkative, I don't think. And had to take a break in the middle, but thank you all. Hoping... aiming for 2 streams this week. Next week it should be more free than the last few are. Last few have been. And again, if people have questions about Dream of the Red Chamber, just let me know in the comments or something. If there's something I could like address in the stream. I'm very excited to be able to talk about it. I have so many thoughts in my head about how things could be tackled. And what stuff I want to see, which I know that can't be everything. And just like so much imagery I want to see expressed. Character designs, how are we gonna handle them? Super, super exciting. Let me just get my... modules there. But yes, thank you all for joining me. I'm sure everyone's seen quite a few of these runs now, but I'm glad I did actually save it for the week so we could use both of those instead of me needing to borrow one or the other. Could play with Honglu a bit. I was very excited to use Gregor. I don't know if it was worth the materials. But we got to see some of his cool animations. But yes, thank you everybody. Looking forward to seeing what our new unit or unit and ego maybe tomorrow. And I hope everybody has a good rest of their week and a great weekend and everything. And I'll see you all soon. So again, thank you all so much. Bye-bye.